Yes, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV and Tottenham versus Sunderland. The team is out. It literally came out this 30 seconds. And the team is, I mean, it's much of a muchness, isn't it? There's not really a lot to pick from. No real surprises. And no one in the team where I think, oh my gosh, I can't believe he is not playing or he should be starting. The Spurs team, if we have a look at the Spurs team, it is Vicario in goal, a back four of Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Ben Davies. Gray and Bentancur in midfield with Tell, Odeber, and Kudus behind Richarlison. And I'll be honest, as I said, I just don't care. I'm so relaxed about it these days. I don't really rate any of these players, to be honest. I don't really look at any of these players and go, oh my gosh, he's playing or he shouldn't be playing. Don't really rate many of them. The top players we've got aren't available. We know that. Look, we've not bought fullbacks, so you're going to have to rotate. And unfortunately, Ben Davies is that guy because there's no Adogi. We've got no other fullbacks in the football club. It's why I'm pretty relaxed about it. I know everyone wants to lose their mind, but I genuinely don't look at Spurs and think that there's a lot there. I think this is one of the weakest squads I can remember in my history. If I'm honest, I think it's a really bad squad of footballers. The front four, Odeber, Tell, Kudus, Richie. I mean, it's probably one of the weakest front fours I've ever seen at Tottenham Hotspur. But this is a Sunderland team that struggle away from home, that have only got 2 wins in their 9 away games, I believe. And we are 2 games now, clean sheet. Can we kick on from that? Can we get another win and make it 7 points from our last 9 games? As Leeds United have just scored, by the way, against Man United. I didn't see who it was. I'll let you know as soon as I know. Who scored that? Don't know, can't see. The Spurs bench today. The Spurs bench, again, Kinski, Dragusin, Danso, Paulinho, Bergvall, and Spence, Mawani, Scarlett, and Williams Barnett. Again, not really a lot there. I not really a lot there. I don't know what to think. I'll be honest. I think at this stage, if this manager gets us into the top 7, I think he's had a corker. I think this is one of the weakest sets of players I've seen for a very, very long time. I just don't get it. But hey, I still think we can win today. Somebody's got to step up to the plate. I don't know. Richie, Tell, Odeber, Kudus, Gray, Bentancur. I mean, look at these players. Look at this squad. And I'm going to show you why I just don't care, right? I'm going to show you why I just don't care who plays for Tottenham, because this was the 11th, the last time Spurs played Sunderland. Look at the players. Now, so Vaughan played because Lloris was injured and Dyer played because Vertonghen was injured. Look at that 11, and now look at the crap we play now. Look at that 11, and now look at the crap we play. So we know Vertonghen normally plays instead of Dyer, and Lloris would have been in instead of Vaughan. But look at that. Look at that forward 6 of Wanyama, Dembele, Son, Eriksen, Ali, Kane. And now look at the 11 we've got now. It's, I don't know. As I said, I think if we can get through this season unscathed, I don't know. As I said, every time I said to a few pals the other week, like I said, where I've just become disillusioned with it is we've got fans that truly believe this is a good squad of players. They truly believe this is a good squad of players. And I'm looking at it going, this is an awful squad of players. Man United have equalised, by the way. I think this is an awful squad of footballers. look at the bench. There's absolutely, I mean, Mawani maybe comes off the bench and does something. Again, you've got, I mean, there's no one to rotate. There's no players. It's just such a bad football squad. As I said, I think any fans out there that think we should be in the top 4 or 5 conversation, I think they don't understand football. I think they're in denial about what has happened at this football club. And look, I genuinely don't know what to say. Every game, everyone seems really confused about the 11. I don't know what good 11 we've got. So I'm genuinely calm about it. Still think we can win. I don't think Sunderland are that great. Sunderland have won 1 of their last 6. They've only scored 3 goals in their last 6 games. And their away form isn't great, as I will show you in a minute. I genuinely feel as these other teams have upped their levels of players, we've come this way, they've come that way, and we've met them in the middle. We've met them in the middle, haven't we? We've met them in the middle. And this is years and years and years of bad recruitment. Years and years of bad recruitment. So, look, I'm not really too angry about how people lose their mind because they've got no way of vocalizing sentences. But I don't know. I don't particularly rate that back 4. I don't rate the midfield. I don't rate the forward line. I think the goalkeeper's bang average. But then you've got fans out there going, oh my God, I can't believe Bentancur's playing again. Well, of course Bentancur's playing again. Look at the crap we've got otherwise. Like, of course he's playing. Who you starting instead of Bentancur? You know what I mean? Oh, Ben Davis is playing. Well, of course, you've got to rotate players. You know, all these other players, right? All these other clubs can rotate. They've got players to rotate. We haven't got any players. We haven't bought any fullbacks. We've got no fullbacks at this football club. We've got no fullbacks. So it just means every week, Porro Spence. Then when he has to stop Ben Davis, it's, oh, Ben Davis is playing. Well, players need to be rotated at times, don't they? So, as I said, I don't expect anything from this club. I don't expect anything from these owners, from this manager, from the player. I don't expect anything at the moment. I genuinely don't. People want to make this about Frank in, Frank out. I don't care. Who are we buying? Genuine at this stage, don't care. We just have no plan. We just seem to have absolutely no plan as a football club right now. Look, Luca Williams-Barnett on the bench, which some people wanted to see. That's great. That's brilliant. Luca Williams-Barnett on the bench. What is he, 16, 15? I mean, that's where we've got to. Let's have a look at the bench. I mean, who comes on and makes a difference? Does Bergvall? I mean, he hasn't done anything really for me. Paulinho is a defensive player. Scarlett, not good enough. And then Mawani. I mean, it's truly a struggle at the moment. It's truly a struggle with these players. Listen, I don't know where we go from here as a club, guys and girls. I think you can all see that I've kind of lost the will a little bit in the last few years. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. Look, you know, half of me feels like, you know, and again, see, just so you know, I will block idiots if they say this isn't what I said. This isn't what I said at all. You know, we were 17th last season. We're not 17th right now, right? I don't know why. I don't know why people like Matt are so insistent that they've got to hear me say Frank out. Frank, as I've said, I'll say this a million times. I know people like Matt aren't very intelligent, so they can't really hear. I don't care. Sack the manager. You're going to see when the new manager comes in. This is a group of players that have lost 43 games in 83. I don't know what people are expecting. I said this in the summer. I don't know why. Suddenly now, in January, people are pretending I wasn't saying this in the summer. I don't rate this squad. Said this in the summer. I don't rate this squad. I'm not expecting a lot this season. But even though I said it in the summer, people like Matt want to come in and just say stupid stuff. It's ridiculous. It's not what I said. I've said it all season, right? One, I don't think the Premier League's a good league anymore. And two, I don't think it's going to matter who manages this club right now if we don't buy better footballers. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't know. You got, we are, we're in a mess as a football club. So I don't know where we go. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I see people moaning game after game after game after game after game after game after game. And I don't know what people are expecting. This is a football team that has finished. This is a football team that for the last 2 years has lost 43 games of football. Why are people suddenly expecting that we're going to be brilliant? I think we need years. Whoever the manager is, I don't care. You lot can all have that row. That's all people care. You can all have that row. But right now, I don't know. I don't know what people are expecting. As I said, every time we do a watch along, people go, oh, that 11, that 11, that 11, that 11. What 11? What 11 is it that people want to see? I don't know what people want to see. Listen, I won't be rude if you stop being an idiot. There you go. It's that simple, mate. It's that simple. Listen, again, look, we're linked with people like Sousa, a 19-year-old Brazilian left back. And people want me to get excited and go, oh, what should the manager be doing? Well, what should the manager be doing with these players? You know? Everybody constantly wants to come in and talk about Frank v. Ange. Last season, we were playing with Kulu, Maddison, and Son and Solanke. This season, we've got Tell and Odegaard and Richarlison. Like, what is it that people want me to say? Oh, yeah, bring in Xavi Hernandez. He'll make all these players really good. No, he won't. You'll bring him in. He'll need to buy players as well. It's really not difficult to see how bad this squad is. And I've noticed that other fan bases seem to really get how bad our squad is. Our fan base don't. They wrap the players in cotton wool. And again, I don't think some of these clubs do have worse teams than us. No, I don't think they do have worse teams than us. Look at the players playing for Tottenham today. I don't think some of them get into Everton or Fulham or Brighton or Palace. No. So we can do this all day long. I really don't care. Right? James, it's this simple. It's this simple. Right? At the moment, Spurs have got an opportunity today, depending on results, right? Obviously, it's always depending on results. Tottenham have got an opportunity to go into 7th, depending on results. It doesn't really mean anything to me. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Right? It doesn't mean anything to me. If we're 10th, if we're 7th, I will sit here and say the same thing. I've been thoroughly consistent through the summer, through this season. I don't think the squad is good enough. I think the squad is a mess. I think the manager's picked up a mess, and I think this squad needs years and years and years to rebuild. So why is it every week when we go live, people seem to start talking about, Marius, listen, dude, I'm just going to remove you now. I'm really bored of you. You say the same thing every show. Thank you for being a part of this channel. I'm just a little bit bored of you. I'm just a bit bored of you now, mate. It's the same thing every show. Savva, I always respect your view, but why do most teams start with you defending your view and slating the squad? You can go as well then, Michelle. See you later. I don't care. I'll do what I want, right? I've been very, very consistent through the whole thing. I've been very, very consistent. I've not changed my mind on any of this. I see YouTubers, they flip and they flop every week about which players they rate. Do they rate the manager this week? Do they not? But I don't know. I don't know what people are expecting. So, look, I think this is going to be an interesting one. We've got 4 forwards on there today who are very, very reactionary forwards. Maybe not Kudus. Tell, Odegaard, Richie. technically not great, but like to get forwards. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that dynamic works. So whether it's a 4-3-3, whether it's a 4-2-3-1. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'm guessing Richie will go up top with Odeber one wing, Kudus the other, Tell in the middle. Does Kudus go in the middle? I'll be honest myself, I'm not really a fan of Kudus in the 10. I think you lose everything that he's got by putting him in the middle. Again, Gray, what do we expect from Gray? I don't really expect a lot, but again, it's going to be physical in that midfield, isn't it? I think it's going to be physical. Let's just have a look at the Sunderland team, by the way. Let's have a look. Premier League. So Sunderland have lined up with Roos in goal, Hume, Mukiel, Alderete and Dennis Churkin, Xhaka and Gertruda in midfield with Mayenda, Lafi, Adingra and Brobby. And then look, obviously their team is decimated. Our team is decimated. We know what they're going to be, right? We know what they're going to be. They're going to be hardworking. They don't concede many goals, but they have only won one of their last 6. Now, make of that what you will. They've won one of their last 6. We know they're hardworking. We know Granit Xhaka will probably run most things in the middle. He's a very good footballer. We know Gertruda is a big, powerful athlete. We know what he's about. Lafi, technical, tidy. The rest, I'm not expecting too much from. But I don't know. For me, I look at this 2 very average football teams for me today. So this for me is going to be about who wants it more. This for me is going to be about who wants it more. I don't rate our team. I don't rate their team. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens with this game of football. Look, there are some games on today, aren't there? You've got Everton playing Brentford, Fulham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Palace, Man City, Chelsea, and Spurs can move into 7th. I think that's as high as we can go. Does that really change anything for people? Like, I know this is why I'm saying, like, when people go, oh my God, this time last year we were, 10th. This year we're 14th. If we finish today in 7th, does that really change anyone's opinion on anything? Like, if Spurs win today and finish the game in 7th, this is just round about where I thought we'd be, 7th to mid-table. I don't expect a lot. 2 clean sheets in a row, but I know people don't like the football. I don't expect a lot with these footballers, so I'm not expecting a good game. But what I would like to see is, I'd like to see us on the counter-attack with Tell, with Odeber. Yeah? Let's see what these players have got. For too long now, I've heard about Tell, and I've heard about Odeber, and I've heard about Gray. I don't see anything in them. Let's see something in them today. Let's see something in them today. Let's see. So a moment of magic. I'm yet to see it from Tell or from Odeber. I'm yet to see it from Gray. I don't expect it from Bentancur, by the way. We've had him for years. We know what he is. We know he's not the level we need. I don't expect it from Richarlison. Right? I think, let me know your score predictions. What do you think the score will be today, people? What do you think it will be? I've said throughout the week, I think we'll win 3-1. I might change that to a 2-1. I don't know. It's so difficult. It's so difficult with Spurs, isn't it? And I, as I said, I struggle really predicting us because I don't really rate what's going on. I don't really rate the players. And I think, do you know what? I think that's where I'm different to a lot of the other Spurs YouTubers. Because I don't rate the players, I don't expect as much as some people. When I've got fans coming into my chat going, oh, but Brighton are above us. Yeah, Brighton are a good team. Yeah, Brighton are a well-oiled, well-organised team with a plan and have had their manager for years. What is it that people are expecting? And then when I ask, no one can really tell me. When I say, why would you expect a team with Tell, Odeberg, Gray, and Richarlison in it? Why would you expect that team to be in the top 6? No one can really answer it. So I think that gives you your answer. What people expect is because our name is Tottenham Hotspur. And for me, I gave up on that years ago. Our name might be Tottenham, but we have not gone and acted like Tottenham Hotspur should. So we will see. Got an ACCA on today as well. Let's see. No, that's not Spurs news. Got the ACCA on today as well, so that should be interesting. See what happens with my ACCA. But listen, look, as I said, I'm calm with Spurs. I'm calm with Spurs. I know a lot of people want to come into my chat and they want to try and goad about. I don't care. I've said it a million times. I almost want to see what happens if Frank gets sacked. And I'd like to see what would happen if Frank got sacked and nothing really changed. I'd love to see what these fans say. Everyone's complaining about the style. I think the players we've got a crap. Look, I'll be honest, I'm watching Leeds and Man United. Again, not a lot of quality on show, not really two good football teams. And funnily enough, not a lot of style on show. So again, it's all relative, isn't it? And this is why I don't do the live shows outside of this is why I'm no longer doing live shows outside of the watch-alongs. I just found that the whole fan base has just become a bit silly. All the noise has got silly. YouTubers have got silly. And you know, I don't know where we go from here. What I know is there's a transfer window open. But what I also know is I don't know how much I expect from Spurs in transfer windows these days. I don't know how good. Oh God, why am I being added to this? Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't. Sorry, you trying to tell me as though I don't watch Tottenham every week? Thanks, Matteo. I do watch Tottenham, by the way. Look, listen, I've watched, I don't know how many shit performances last year, shit performances this year, shit performances the year before. Don't know why people are acting like it's a shot. I genuinely don't know. I always say to you, like, don't I? When I speak to my mates who aren't on YouTube, right? When I speak to my mates that aren't on YouTube, I ask them about Spurs. They always go, I don't like, they always say, like, what is it that your fans think of your squad? Like, so many fan bases look at our squad and go, what a load of crap. But our fans go, no, we should be there, and we're better than them. We're better than Fulham. We're better than Palace. We're better than Brighton. We're better than Villa. We're better than Newcastle. We're better than Man United. And I look at the squad and go, meh. Like, so Mick's not happy. Who would you have started instead of Tell? Like, this is what I don't get. Last week, people are going, oh, no, Tell. He should be playing Tell. I genuinely don't know. Maybe, sure. I'll tell you what, Matteo. Let's hear your. I'll tell you what, everybody. This is what I love. Fans like Matteo are great. Frank needs to change something fast. Could you tell us then, with the players we've got available to us, what would you change, Matteo? Let us know, what would you change? Because I'm looking at this squad and going, I don't know what we can do. Like, what is there? What is there? I genuinely don't know. Not one of our attacking midfielders is available. Is it? Not one of our attacking midfielders is available. Bergval's been out injured. The other centre mids are at AFCON. I'd love to know. What would you do? Let me see if I can get some answers from all of you, actually. When people say things like this, what would you guys do? I'd love to know. I'd love to know, because we've played about 30 games of football this year, right? And what I do know is whatever lineup he puts out, somebody's not happy. Whatever lineup he puts out, somebody will go, oh, Tell's playing. Oh, Bentancur's playing. Oh, Bergval's playing. Oh, Gray's playing. Oh, Davis is playing. Oh, Odeber. Oh, Richie. I don't know if people understand. This is the squad we've got. This is the squad we've got. I don't know where people are expecting the big changes to come from. I've got an idea, though. Why don't we act like a proper football club and buy what we need? Just saying. Just saying. Let's see. Let's see. So, come on. I'm asking in the chat. Let's see if I can start getting... let's see if I can get some answers from anybody in the chat. Big up to my man, Jeremy. He said, we're 4 days into the transfer window. Sold Johnson on day 1, but again, they're dragging their feet, bringing in better players. Yeah, would have loved to have seen us come out the blocks, Jeremy. Really would have loved to have seen us come out the blocks with a plan. Doesn't mean we haven't got one, but at the moment, we're not seeing it, are we? At the moment, we're not really seeing a plan. However, maybe we're doing things in the darkness, as people say. Maybe we're doing things behind the scenes. But we are in desperate need of reinforcements. We're in desperate need of reinforcements, and I'm not sure they're going to do a lot this window. I'm genuinely not. Now, if they prove me wrong and go and get 3 really good players, lovely. I think the issue I've got is I don't think really good players want to join Tottenham. I genuinely don't. All the noise you're hearing from people is that good players, really good players, don't want to join Tottenham. So with that, you have to ask yourself, right, what do we do then? Where's the clever approach? Yeah. Where's the clever approach? I don't know. Where's the left winger that isn't amazing, but we can see something in him? I don't know. And again, this again, I always see this, right? I always see people that say this. They don't understand. It's not the wages. If it was the wages, Semenyo wouldn't be joining Man City for 150 grand a week, would he? Because Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs could have blown them out of the water and paid 250. It's not the wages, is it? Spurs have got loads of players on a really good wage. Spurs have got loads of players on a really good wage. Matteo's come in with an answer. At least try and be brave and direct. Okay, but so you haven't answered my question. So what would you do? That's not an answer. That is a football fan answer. That's not any sort of thought that's gone behind that. What would you do? What's the lineup? I like this being brave part. How can you be brave and play football through the middle when you don't have ball playing midfielders, when you don't have an attacking midfielder? Sure, but the wages aren't the problem. You said it was the wages. We've just given Xavi Simons 200 grand a week, mate. Romero's on 200 grand a week. Mawani's on 165 grand or 175 grand a week. Paulinho's on 165 grand a week. This is not wages. This is not wages. This is scouting. I don't understand how we watch our club do the same thing year in, year out. And yet we can't understand how bad the recruitment has been. Right? I don't understand how we as a fan base don't get it. We have recruited poorly for year upon year upon year upon year upon year. But here we are every week going, oh, it's wages. It's not the wages. We can pay the wages. We pay the 6th highest wages in the Premier League. So you're conflating 2 different things here, aren't you? So I agree. Why are we buying Tell and Odebers? But we can pay the wages. Look at the players we got in the summer. We can pay the wages. So look, for me, again, I don't care whether it's Frank. I don't care whether it's Xavi. I don't care. At this stage, I don't care who the manager is. right? I genuinely don't care who the manager of this football club is. If the board and the scouts and the directors of football do not start to implement a plan and do not actually go after what we need, I don't care who the manager is. And I know this winds people up because all they want to see is Frank out, Frank out. I genuinely don't care. It doesn't change anything if Frank leaves right now. It doesn't change anything. We've been going backwards for years and years and years. And at the moment, we're probably going to end up 7th, 8th, 9th, right? After finishing 17th last year. That's where we are, I'm afraid. That's what we are as a football club. So I don't know the answers, guys. I wish I did know the answers. I wish that Spurs were better. I wish that Spurs bought better. I wish that we weren't having to pay Ben Davis today because we'd actually gone and bought some left backs, but we didn't. Hang on, let's just block Matt being an idiot as always. Let's just check that's Matt first. Let's check him. I don't think I've moaned at all here. I'm giving my opinion of the football club. Let's just check it was him. Channel activity. I don't know. He's got so many different accounts. He's got loads. I think that's a different one. Let's just block him completely for good. Let's just block that completely for good. Sorry, 1 second. So we can get on with the show. Ban user and delete comments. So look, it's funny, isn't it? If somebody gives a view on Spurs that they believe is honest, if other people don't agree with it, they go, oh, it's moaning. I don't think it's moaning. I think it's a true reflection of what we are. And unfortunately, that's not how football works. Again, no, all professional players can't play a defense split and pass. If that was the case, everyone would be a creative footballer. So again, this is the difference. When we say everyone should be able to do this, why can't they then? If everyone was able to do it, why can't they? Some people don't have that skill set. Some people don't have that skill set. No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. Cleavers, this is ridiculous. That's not everybody's game, is it? You think Victor Wanyama, who was a brilliant player, was brilliant at splitting defenses with a pass? No, that's not his game. That takes vision, technique. This is the problem. This is the problem. And do you know what I like about this, right? When I see problems, when I see people like that, right? When I see people that say things like this, if this was the case, then no team should ever get relegated because they're all professional footballers capable of doing X, Y, Z. Right? Why are there teams at the bottom of the table and teams at the top? If it's as simple as this, right? If it's as simple as this, why are Wolves rock bottom? Right? If it's as simple as that, why are Man City and Arsenal and Liverpool always at the top? Right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. If you, again, go, some of these teams allow open training sessions. Go and watch them train. Some players are absolutely brilliant technically, and they can do this. James Maddison, defense splitting passes. Yeah, he's that sort of player. Doesn't mean they all are. Paulinho's not got it, right? Doesn't mean they can't do one every now and then, but it's not their game. It's not how they've been developed. It's not how they've been brought up. So, again, I think, I've said this a million times. I think the only way fans will realise how average and poor this squad is when we buy better players. When we buy better players, people will start going, oh yeah, he's much better than what we had. And we'll start realising. But unfortunately, at the moment, Gleaver's fact, because we haven't signed anyone that does that. This isn't rocket science, my friend, is it? I'm not having a go, but this isn't rocket science. We're not seeing anything out of the ordinary because we haven't signed those footballers. We've signed lots of midfielders that run around and work hard. We've signed lots of wingers that don't really have a lot of skill or goals or assists in them. We've signed a lot of forwards that run around but don't really score many goals. Why do you see that from Liverpool players, City players, Arsenal players? Because they buy better footballers than us, right? They buy better footballers than us. And unfortunately, as I said, when Frank's sacked at some point, right? As I said, when Frank is sacked at some point, I think many people are going to start to realize, this squad is shit. I don't know. I think for some people, what they need a Xavi Hernandez to come in, don't they? They need a Xavi Hernandez to come in and explain to the club, to the fans, that we need new players. I think unless they hear that from a manager they respect, they're not going to believe it. Right now, if Frank says it, yeah, but Frank's rubbish. If Xavi Hernandez says it, they'll go, oh, it must be true. And unfortunately, that's life. Unfortunately, guys and girls, that is life. And look, I'm of the opinion that you get what you buy. By the way, Man United won, Leeds won, right? I'm of the opinion that you get what you buy. And unfortunately, we have bought really, really poorly. And that's just me saying that. But again, when we say Paqueta is so mid, again, look, we seem to not want any good footballer. Paqueta walks into this 11, doesn't he? Listen, as I said in my video earlier, I'm not going to darn hill for Paqueta, but if you said to me right now, would you like Paqueta? Yes, please, over what we've got. Yes, at the moment, I'm watching Bergvall and Gray and Bentancur and Sarr. Yes, I will have Paqueta, thank you. But only the scouts and a plan can change this. Only a good football plan can change this. And this, absolutely, Peter, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. The same fans that want better then poo-poo the idea of anyone that's better. I don't want any of them over Paqueta, right? I didn't want any of them over Grealish. Our fans in the summer, remember, Grealish, he's a drunk, wouldn't want him. What? And this is the problem. We are here. Our fans want players that are there, but those players don't want to come. We need to be buying players in there. And for me, Paqueta is in there. He's not there. He's in there. And unfortunately, that's just where we are as a club right now. We are in I don't want to say we're in a transition stage. I don't know what we're transitioning from and to. I was on a chat the other day, right? I said to people, right, if we're going to reject the notion of Paqueta's and Conor Gallagher's, right? Which players is it that people want? Who is it? And I always ask this, and I love this game. Let me ask you, which players do we truly believe are coming into Tottenham Hotspur that are the level we want as a fan base, but that want to sign for Tottenham Hotspur? So, where are the Whartons, Anderson, Gomez, Belieber, Stiller, Callagher, Savva? What? I don't understand. Listen, I'd love Adam Wharton, right? Are Spurs going to rock up and spend 80, 90, 100 million on Adam Wharton? Is he going to have better clubs to go to? Same with Anderson. I've got a feeling they will. Now, for me, a Gomez, that is exactly where I think Spurs should be. A Yao Gomez, good player. Belieber, he's got Man United written all over that. It's got Man United written all over that. So for me, Yao Gomez, yes. Stiller, I think we'll have better opportunities, but absolutely, let's see what we can do. Conor Gallagher, I think would be a no-brainer. But I think, again, he might end up... I think Man United will buy 2 or 3 midfielders this summer or this January. And it will be players that all of our fans have said, no, we don't want them. So, look, when people talk to me about Wharton, of course, I'd love Adam Wharton. I think he's a really good footballer. But how much is he going to cost? 70? 80? 90? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll ask you this, right? Just a question to all you in the chat. If If right now Adam Wharton's agent started ringing round and saying Adam's available, who do we think would be in for him? Just a quick question to you lot, because I think Liverpool would. I think Liverpool would. I think United would. I mean, there'd be a lot of teams. Right? So, and this, Greg, this is where I keep landing back to it, mate. I keep landing back here. What convinces a player of that caliber to sign for us at this moment? And this is where I'm at with it. And this is why when I see the names linked with people doing shows going, oh, we should sign Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Really? Really? Like, so I get it. I'll always get a lot of hate because I try and look at things from a realistic point of view, right? A realistic point of view. Daniela, how are you doing? Yes, we could go 7th depending on other results. For me, I'm genuinely not bothered if we end the day in 7th, 8th, 9th. For me, bigger picture, right? Not saying you, but for me, it's the bigger picture. It's, oh, can we all go to bed tonight finishing 7th? Or what's going on at the club? What's the plan for the future? So for me, I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about that. Absolutely. And Greg, this is the thing that yes, Man United will attract players that we can't. They will. I know our fans don't want to hear it, but they will. Right? Big up to Michael Morrow. So, Savva, if Tottenham buy what they need in January, where do you think we'll finish? I mean, it's an open-ended question, Michael. I mean, when you're saying what we need, I think we need 7 or 8, mate. So I don't even know where to begin with that. Ask me at the end of the window where I think we'll end up after we've seen who we've bought, and I'll be as honest and open as possible with you. Right now, I don't expect a lot. So, again, this is where I think it comes down to really good scouting. Right? It's all well and good saying, oh, Wharton. Wharton was the player we should have got when he was 25 million from Blackburn, but we didn't. We were busy scouting Ashley Phillips, who was in the same team, right? So can we get the Wharton before they're a Wharton, if that makes sense? Can we get the Wharton who's good enough to start for us, but isn't quite at the level where clubs are starting to talk about 80, 90, 100 million pounds for the player? That's all I want to see as a fan. I just want to see a structure, a plan, a path. And at the moment, I don't see it. And what's happened is, because we've bought so poorly, all of it is now going on to the manager. I get it. It's what happens. He'll leave and we'll do it again. He'll leave, we'll do it again. But I think the first team alone for me, I think we're 6, 7, 8 players short. The squad, I think we're 15, 16, 17 players short. I think this is a really, really poor squad, guys. And I know people won't agree with me. I'm not asking you to. I don't need you to agree with me. I'm comfortable in my own opinion with that. Yeah, sure. And there's the other part of it, right? There's the other part of it. But I think when they bought Wharton, he hit the ground running, didn't he? He did. He just hit the ground running. He was a really good player, and he's gone on from strength to strength. Savva, what are the club trying to do with Tel Odeberg Gray? But I don't know, mate. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know, my friend. It's not a question for me, that one. Kone, Edison, Larson has multiple options to instantly improve us and are gettable. When you say they're gettable, how do we know Edison would want to join Spurs? Just playing devil's advocate. How do we know? How do you know Kone wants to leave Roma for Tottenham Hotspur? Both, all 3 of them, good players that I would like. All 3 of them, absolutely. But when we're saying they're all gettable, we don't know that. And this is what Spurs haven't shown they can do that. Right now, yeah, I really hope we never see this combination. I really hope we never see this combination. Neither of them can pass a football. I really hope we don't see either of them. Yeah, well, we're going to do this, aren't we? The moment Johnson scores for his new club, everyone's going to go, oh, we shouldn't have sold him. I don't care. He's the past. As we said, said, let's stop being so emotional about it. This is the past. He's gone. I don't care what Brennan Johnson does. And Paul, you are absolutely bang on. Our scouting is shocking. As we said, for me, you can bring in whichever manager you want, right? Our scouting shocking. Look what we gave Conte. Look what we gave Jose. We gave them really poor players, right? We gave them really poor players, but we need a winning manager. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. And this, I completely agree with you on. We disagreed on the other point. I completely agree with you on this. This is what happens every single time, don't they? Spurs win a couple of games and people go, oh, so-and-so gets in. You watch, if Tell scores a goal today, told you, should have played all season, da-da-da. Not true, Savva. We got a top 6 or 7 team. I think we've got a top 6 or 7 team when everyone's fit. I think when Maddison, Kulu, Solanke, Simmons, I think when they're all fit, yes. Problem is, when they're not, I think we're, as I said 7th to 9th. That's where I think we will be at the end of the season. 6th if we have a good window, but 7th to 9th at the moment. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Where's the ability to buy players? Now, they might. Now, have you ever thought that maybe we can't just continue to play the same 2 fullbacks every single week? So, I don't know. People just have to think a little bit. Good question, Peter. Great question. Why is our recruitment so bad? Great question. Yeah, of course they will, Aaron. Of course they will. We know that. Yeah. You know. Where are we? Kone and Edison, we can pay them a lot more, and Roman Atalanta, and so far no big team is linked to them. Sure, right? Hang on, one second. Yeah, listen. The problem with this is we're assuming that the only thing that matters to them is money. That's what we're assuming, right? Now, I'd love to think that we can go and get a Kone, an Edison. The time to get Kone was a year ago when we spent our money on Archie Gray, and Kone was moving for 30 million euros. That was the time for me. Now, yes, we can pay more money than Roma. I'm not doubting that. At all. But again, everyone is just assuming that it's just money. And this is the point. Let's use Semenyo as the example. Semenyo's contract that he's about to sign for Man City, we're being told, is £150,000 a week. Hang on, who sent me this? Do you know anything about Sousa? What about same on the list of possibles? I mean, who are these players that I'm being sent that Spurs are linked with? Just unknowns again and again. Let's use Semenyo as the example. We're being told he's on 150 grand a week at Man City. If people are saying only money matters, why didn't Chelsea come in and go, there's 300 grand a week? Right? Why has he turned down Chelsea and United and Spurs? They can all pay more than 150 grand a week. So it's not always as simple as we think. There's a lot of factors, and I'd love this guy. I'd absolutely love this guy. I'm a believer, Eddie, that I think we need fullbacks. I think we need fullbacks desperately. I don't think there's a fullback at this club. I think Spence and Porro are right wing backs, and I think that Destiny Udogi's a left wing back. But the policy has changed. Look how much money we're paying people. We've got the 6th highest wage bill. And again, this is so it's even in your name. Levy has gone 2022. You know, there's so there's so much hate for Levy that people aren't actually looking at the numbers. We've got the 6th largest wage bill in the country, right? So the only ones that have a better, a bigger wage bill than us are the big 5 clubs, right? Why? So how are Villa picking up good players and we're not? How are Newcastle? How are Brighton? This is scouting. As we said, we keep talking about wages, but it's uneducated. It doesn't actually prove that when you go and look at the wages we pay. Yeah? Somebody like, I would have loved the Kelleher when he moved. I think he's a much better goalkeeper than Vicario. Much better goalkeeper. But again, do you know what this comes down to? Scouting. Where's the scouting? Who trusts our scouts? Who trusts our scouts? Look at Jed Spence. I like Jed Spence, right? Yes, they do. For their system, they've embedded a system and they buy for the club. Sorry, Marius, I'm trying so hard not to block you properly, but you really don't talk any sense. Brighton buy people ready for the next round, if that makes sense, right? Brighton have a system, they have an ethos, they have a philosophy. And when a player leaves, they've got the next one ready to go because they've been scouting them really well. We buy players that might be better on paper than what a Brighton have got, but with no plan and no philosophy in mind. I don't know how fans like you don't get the two difference. I just don't get it. Look, I think when everyone's fit, we've got enough to get us into European places. Yeah, no doubt. I think the moment you start getting a couple of injuries, you really see how poor this squad is. The fact that we're having to play Ben Davies because we've got no other fullbacks. Who put that squad together? That's absolutely shocking that we've left ourselves in this scenario. Right? That's the problem, right? So can I just say, like this Marios kid in my chat, notice how he doesn't rate any of our players. Look, he doesn't rate anyone, but thinks we should be top 4. Now he doesn't rate Paqueta. It's like, what do you do? What do you do when our fans can't put 2 and 2 together and get 4? It's crazy. There you go. Brighton and Brentford buy club philosophy signings, not players for each manager. So no matter who the manager, absolutely. This is where our fans don't get it, Miss Bunny. This is where our fans don't get it. It's not always necessarily about player for player. It's about what is it that the club needs. Look at what they've gone and got. It works. We don't know what we need. Spurs don't know what we need because we don't actually ever have a plan or a philosophy. This is the problem. We got too many fans that don't seem to understand about building a club. They think you can just buy every player and in one window you go, boom, we're done. The best clubs are the clubs that have a plan. Aren't they? Look at Arsenal over the last 6 years. Look at Man City. They've had a plan. Brighton punch above their weight every year because they have a solid plan. Same with Brentford. They've had a solid plan in place. So it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. And again, look at our fans that don't get it. Thomas Frank built that club to where they are now. And look, we want to use that to berate him. It's just crazy. See, look, this guy who thinks we should be 4th rates Bergvall, Odegaard, and Tell. I mean, what do you do? What on earth can you do when, yeah, we should definitely be top 4 with Odegaard, Tell, and Bergvall. You're right. Unbelievable. And he does. Of course he improves us. He's better than any of our midfielders. I don't know how that's even a question. Now, is he, sorry, this is This has got to be a troll, right? Arsenal are buying. So you don't think Arsenal have built their squad really well over the last 6 years? I don't know. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? What on earth can you say when people want to look at Arsenal and berate them? Well, City had a plan. It doesn't matter if they had a ton of money. Why can't what? Again, this is what I mean. I get to that stage in my chat where people don't really understand football. Every club has a ton of money. Spurs have spent unbelievable amounts of money in the last 6 years since we've left the old stadium. Right? Unbelievable amounts of money, but with no plan. You have the money, you have a plan, you implement it, you go well. I don't even think it matters. I mean, what lineup? Every week, the lineup, no one's happy. So I genuinely don't know what lineup people want to see, mate. Right? I don't know. I don't know what lineup people want to see. I don't know. Every week, whoever starts, somebody's annoyed at it. What does that tell you? Tells you the team's crap, doesn't it? Tells you the squad's crap. Again, Tielemans, I remember, oh my God, 2 years ago, Tielemans on a free, saying, no brainer, not good enough for us. Class player, class midfielder. Just gets on with it, class. Not good enough for Spurs. John McGinn. Remember John McGinn? Not good enough for Spurs. Not good enough for Spurs. Since Aston Villa, though. Not good enough for Spurs. Honestly, until people admit to themselves where we are as a club, nothing's going to change because they're going to expect miracles from whoever the next manager is. They're going to expect miracles from that manager as well. They're going to expect miracles. Sorry, Iriola. Is this the Iriola who has won one game in 14? Sorry, is this the Iriola who's conceded 38 goals all season? Sorry, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? To play Xavi's way of football, you need to buy Xavi players. Love Xavi as a manager. Love him as a manager. But imagine him trying to play his football with these players. Again, unfortunately, I think what we see with Marius, he doesn't quite engage the right and the left. He says things, but with no real thought as to how that gets implemented or works. Right? Crystal Palace are 1 point above us. 1 point. I just think, but at what? Sure, but again, it's a statement, but at what? Iriola is far better than Frank at what? At what? Isn't he one win in? Can somebody find the stats for me? Is it 1 win in 14 or 2 wins in 14 that he's got? It's just, it's lots of things to be said, right? Lots of people say things, right? They say things. He's better this. He's doing this. But at what? Can you imagine, right? If Iriola, and if somebody can tell me, right? If somebody in the chat could tell me, right? Well, they've got a better midfield than us. I think they've got a better goalkeeper than us. I think they've got better forwards than us. So no, I don't think they do. I don't think we do have a better team than them. So no. If it's one, I think it's 1 win in 13 or 12, whatever it is. Imagine he did that. Imagine he did that at Spurs. These very same fans, like Marius, would be calling for his head. There you go. 2 wins out of 15. 2 wins out of 15. He's the answer. He's the answer. Yep. So let's all use this, by the way, guys. Let's all use this. Okay. Man City 0, Tottenham 2. Thomas Frank's better than Pep Guardiola. There we go. Just solved it. Just solved it. 2 wins in 15. 2 wins in 15. Why? I thought he was amazing. It's funny. And this is the difference, right? This is the difference. Everybody goes through a turn of being flavour of the month. Everyone. Iriola, Glasner, Xavi, De Zerbi, Holness, Italiano. They all go through these spells of being flavour of the month, don't they? But then when they're at Spurs, suddenly they're rubbish. Why? Why is that? Imagine Iriola joined Spurs, right? So imagine tonight, Spurs end the evening in 7th. Are we still going to be doing all this comparing crap? Because we're 7th for 1 week. We could finish this evening, right? We could, I'm not saying it will happen, and the only 6 clubs above us could be Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, City, Villa, and Arsenal. So the bigger 6 in the country. What does any of it mean? What does it mean? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what it means. And this is the problem with doing it week by week. But they're above us, but we're above them, but we're above them, but they're above us. Let's wait for the season to finish. Let's see how many of these teams are above us. Right? Let's see if they're above us. Look. Right, yeah. By the way, I've just blocked Marios for good now. It's just ridiculous. Just too childish. Everything I say is the opposite. I see a few others starting to do that as well, like that Aaron J. He started to do it as well. So has Ty Rogers. Look, I just want us to act like a proper club. That's all I've ever asked for. I always get told I'm negative. I don't think I am. I want to see us act like a proper club, have a proper scouting plan, buy what we need, and build. That's all I've wanted to see from Tottenham. Listen, I would love Locatelli and Robinson in January. I think those two would make a huge difference. Does Locatelli, the captain of Juventus, want to leave Juventus to join Spurs? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I can't say he does. I can't say he doesn't. I don't know. All I know is we're 4 days into the window and we need to start building. And the same old noises are going to come out. I think we're going to see the same types of signings. And then we're all going to sit there and go, it's Frank. Then we're going to bring in the new manager. As I said, so all these people that keep telling me about Xavi Hernandez, they don't listen to me. I love Xavi Hernandez. I'd love Xavi Hernandez as manager at Tottenham. I said this when we were linked with him a while back, right? But you bring in Xavi Hernandez and ask him to play his passing game with these footballers. Those fans will then go, oh, he's not got the players. Oh, he's not got the players. Funny that, isn't it? You kind of need your players. You kind of need your players. You need your own players. And I want to see all I've ever said about this manager. Sack him if you want. Don't care. All I've wanted to see with this manager is to give him some windows, some money, get the injured players back, and let's see what we do. If it doesn't work, cool. It's not worked. But everyone's so bothered about this point scoring on managers that it's just Frank's crap. Bring back Ange. You know, they want to bring back the manager who was doing worse. Like that's, for me, I just don't get. I don't care about who's been our manager. This is our manager now, right? Let's see what we do moving forward. Let's see what we do. Let's see. Can he get us to the end of this window in the top 7 or 8 with a few new players, Maddison and Kulu and Solanke to come back? Suddenly, we can finish in and around the 6th, 7th, 8th place. Get European football and we go again in the summer. Why not? Why not? Why not? We'll see. We'll see, guys. Let me know your score predictions for today. I'm going to go with 2-1 to Tottenham. I'm going to go with 2-1. This is, by the way, I'll do super chats in a minute. By the way, this is Sunderland's away record in the Premier League. So lost to Burnley 2-0, drew with Palace 0-0, beat Forest 1-0, lost to Man United, beat Chelsea, lost to Fulham, drew with Liverpool, lost to City, and drew with Brighton. So 2 wins from what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2. Let's count this. 1, 4, 7, 8, 9 points. So they've got 9 points from 27 on the road. That for me is why I believe we can beat them today. I don't think we're amazing, but I think this is 2 very average teams that are going to slog this out. Let's have a look, see if anyone's gone for Spurs to win. Let's see. Oh, for sure. Definitely. Crying out for experience. Definitely. 2-0 Sunderland. So that goes 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 to Spurs, 4-0 to Sunderland. Okay. 3-1 to Spurs, 1-0 to Spurs, 0-1 to Sunderland. Ty Rogers again, just another one, just says the same thing over and over again. Not getting European football with Frank. Sunderland have a better manager than us. Let's talk about that, right? Because I've seen YouTubers say this as well. 6 months ago, I bet you didn't even know who Reggie Labrie was. I bet 6 months ago, you couldn't have told me what clubs he's managed. I bet you couldn't have told me how he plays. If you actually watch Sunderland, they're very hardworking. They do not play good football. Again, people don't watch. Of course, Rodney, people don't want realism, mate. They want drama. It's why I no longer do the lives other than the watch-alongs. Yeah? That's why. I find it deeply worrying. I find it deeply worrying about our scouting, Mitch. And that is why I'm more worried about our scouting than our manager right now. Big up to Emma with the super sticker. Thank you very much. Hope you are well. Really appreciate you, Emma. Thank you very much for that. Tony Rodriguez, channel member for 28 months, said Spurs 3, Sunderland 1. If Tony's being positive, then you know something must be going right. Let me move my chair into the right position. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Tony. Big up to Real Nate 7. Said Pedro Gonçalves is our left winger. Now, this is a top player from Sporting Lisbon. This is a top player. Is that? Oh, gosh. Pedro Gonçalves is a top footballer. What's going on here? So yeah, he's a top footballer, has never left Portugal though. I have to wonder why, but I'd love him. Really good player, scores and assists for fun. Big up to 7 who said, Happy New Year, Savva. Big up and Happy New Year to you as well. 1-1 for me today. Let's hope you're wrong. I think we're going to win. Let's see. Big up to 7. Really appreciate that. Gleaves family said, appreciate you, Savva. Good luck today. Listen, big up to you. Appreciate you as well. By the way, we're allowed to have debates with each other. It's absolutely fine. We don't always have to agree. So big up to you, my man. Thank you very much for the super sticker. 7's coming again and said, is my cat stupid? She doesn't answer to her name. She might be deaf. My dog doesn't answer to his name anymore, and I think his hearing's gone. So maybe he's deaf and not stupid. Big up to you, 7. Thank you. Tottenham Trev with a super sticker said, Savva, our fans are disgraceful. Look, I think we've just a fan base that's been through a lot of pain and doesn't quite understand how bad we are personnel-wise. It's easier to just blame the manager, but hey, it is what it is. Big up to you, Tottenham Trev. Big up to Boris, who said Christos Solis from Club Bruges as our left winger is amazing. I'd be interested to see what he does, Christos Solis. Good player when I watch him for Bruges. The question is, could he step up to the Premier League? I don't know. I guess you don't know. I guess none of us know. But that would be an interesting signing for sure. And VCats said, shining lights of Spurs YouTube. All the best for 2026. Big up to you, my man. I really appreciate that. That's a very nice message to hear. Normally used to hearing horrible things. But listen, thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind words. It's very nice of you indeed. Guys and girls, we are 4 minutes from kickoff. We are 4 minutes from kickoff. Really appreciate you. Not many likes though, so smash the like button, people. And we are only not that I really care, but 38. We are 38 subscribers away from the next 1,000, which is 24,000. So if you do want to press the button, please do. If you don't, then don't. Just sit back and watch and relax. Look, I'm going to go with 2-1. I'm going to go with 2-1. Let's hope for a nice performance today. More than anything, let's hope for a Spurs win, because 7 points out of 9 will be good. Spurs line up like this. Vicario is in goal. Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Ben Davis at left back. The midfield 2 is going to be Archie Gray and Rodrigo Bentancur. By the way, Archie Gray getting the run of games everyone wanted him to and not impressing. Hell, Kudus and Odegaard. They've got Kudus in the 10 here, so we'll see. With Richarlison up top, on the bench is Kinski, Dragoshin, Danso, Paulinho, Bergval, Spence, Mawani, Scarlett, and Luca Williams-Barnett, who is what, 15, 16, something like that. The Sunderland lineup is thusly: Robin Roofs in goal. I've been impressed with him this season. Roofs is in goal. Hume, Mukiel, Alderete, and Dennis Churkin at the back. Gertruda and Granit Xhaka in midfield. The three behind the front man will be Mayenda, Lafi, and Adingra. And then up front will be Brian Brobby, if I'm not wrong. There he is, Brian Brobby, the old Ajax centre forward. Their bench is Patterson, Neal, Ballard, Rigg, O'Nine, Mundell, our old player, Hjelde, Jones, and Chutarov, Tutarov, however you say it. So let's see what happens. I'm not expecting loads. Again, I look at the players. When people say this, I look at the players, and I'm not really expecting too much. But these fans seem to think we have different players every week that are suddenly going to be really good. He's 17, is he, Williams-Barnett? Big up, Daz. Big up to you, my man. Look, let's see what happens. Listen. I don't think I've seen him play well. I think he's a really average. I'm being really kind. I think he's a really poor footballer. But for some reason, I keep being told that he's really good. But hey, that's just me. So we're going to get off and underway very, very shortly. I make it that we've got 30 seconds until kickoff. I wish I had some chocolate, and I do not have any chocolate. This is really bad times. Really bad times. But here's... let's see who's going to get this game off and underway. So it looks like Sunderland are going to get us underway here, if I'm not wrong. No, Spurs are going to kick off. It looks like Odegaard is going to come and take this. So Odegaard is going to get us kicked off underway here at White Hart Lane. Yes, I will always call it that. Here we go. The ref blows his whistle. And Tottenham versus Sunderland is underway as Vicario plays the ball out wide to the left. Let's see how we line up in terms of Odegaard, Tell, and Kudus. Good ball by Bentancur into Romero, who plays the ball over to, I tell you what, tried to play in Richarlison, but the midfielder just got his foot on it, and the ball safely guided back to Roofs in goal. Let's see what happens here. Christian Romero takes the ball out of the air. Bentancur calms it down, gives it to Porro. He's now going to go to Vicario, and Spurs can spread open the pitch here. Let's see if it's 10 in the 10, Odegaard or Kudus. At the moment, it looks like Odegaard is in the 10. Let's see what he's made of. I keep seeing a lot of hype for these players, and I'm not convinced. But here is Tell. What you got? Have a dig. Tell shoots. Keeper stopped it. Yeah, it was a decent effort from Tell, about 20 yards out, straight at the keeper, really. But positive there from Tell. He picked the ball up, could have laid in Kudus, didn't. Had a shot straight at the keeper, nice and easy for Roofs. But Tottenham get their first shot on target within the first minute of the game. And there is, I don't know who that is, down injured, but he's now back up. I don't know if that is... Let's have a look. Just looking at the shot again. Yeah, so the shot by Tell, it's actually hit the inside of the defender's leg and gone into the goalkeeper's, into the path of the goalkeeper. But we'll see. Listen, there's loads of other games going on today as well, of course. I will keep you updated. There's a ball won by Ben Davis, who thought he'd won the throw, but he didn't. So far, we've not really seen anything of Sunderland on the ball, which is a good thing. But they do have a throw in down here on the right-hand side. Again, I just look at this Spurs 11. It's just so average. Anyway, here's Mickey van der Ven into Vicario. Vicario plays it out wide to Romero. He gives it to Porro. Porro now goes down the line into Kudus, who spins his man brilliantly. Great play by Kudus. Can he beat his man now? No, instead he lays it off to Porro. Porro now sweeps. Oh, it's a really poor pass over to Davis, who keeps it in, but really poor from Pedro Porro. His passing is shocking this season. Anyway, here's Mickey van der Ven. It's been all Tottenham. I mean, I haven't seen Sunderland get on the ball at all yet in this first 3.5 minutes. Here's Mickey van der Ven into Ben Davis. He goes down the line to Tell, who started off the left. So it's Tell on the left. Odegaard is playing in the 10. Ben Davis wins a header into the path of Odegaard, but the centre half, is it Alderete? Goes back to Roofs. Now Alderete gets it back. And good closing down by Tell. And Spurs have started with some pressing here, some good tempo. But I just don't know who is going to be the guy to unlock that defence. It's always my worry. Always my worry. I just don't know who's going to be that guy. Odegaard, Tell, Kudus, I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see. One of them's got to do something. So here's Mickey van der Ven. Again, still haven't seen Sunderland. I can't remember Sunderland completing a pass in this game, if I'm honest. Here's Romero over to Porro. Porro gives the ball away, but wins it back, does he? He wins the goal kick, but Porro, he's a real worry for me. I've never been his biggest fan. I don't know. Never been, I don't know, just, I don't know about him. I don't know. He has moments, doesn't he? He has moments, but I'm not sure how good he actually is. When people go, oh, we got Porro. I don't know. There's a ball played forward into Kudus, brings it down. 2 men on him. Bentancur puts the ball forward into the path of Odegaard, but too much on it. And the ball is cleared out for a throw-in. Here's Ben Davis down the line. And then there's a push in the back of Tell by Gertruda. And it's going to be a free kick to Spurs. Here's Mickey van der Ven into Vicario. Yeah, I agree with this. I want to see something from Tell and Odegaard that makes me go, yeah. I've said this all year and all last year, and I'm still waiting. Now, this is better. Here's Porro. Plays the ball down the line. It's gone into Kudus. Kudus now, he's got players in the box. He whips it across, but it's blocked easily. I believe that was by, is that Mukiel who's blocked that? Wasn't the greatest cross in the box from Kudus, but that was better. Porro got the ball down the line quicker to Kudus. The cross was blocked and Spurs have a throw. But this is a chance for Spurs today to make it 7 points out of 9, which, for all the talk of how poor we've been, it would be a good return. Anyway, there's the long throw by Ben Davies, flicked on, and it's a goal kick. So far, just coming up to 7 minutes gone, and Sunderland have not been in this game at all. Not that I can think of. I don't think they've been in this game at all. In the other games in the Premier League, Everton 0, Brentford 0, Palace, Newcastle 0, Palace 0, by the way. No goals in the Championship or League One either. So there's Mukiel. Really good play by he's miles offside. Really, I don't know. Either Richie's got to hold his run or the midfielder who passed it to him's got to hold the pass. Really well won. And Odegaard, I mean, it's really poor from Odegaard. He can look along the line and see that Richie's about 10 yards offside. Got to do better there. It's all Spurs. Sunderland are not in this game at all. Now, Richie, poor for being offside. Odegaard, poor for not holding on to the ball. Really well won back by Porro. Now Porro takes again, really wasteful. Really wasteful. Porro wins the ball high up on the right-hand side. And you're thinking you've got players up there with Kudus is making a run to the right. Richie and Odegaard through the middle. And he's tried like this kind of worldy of an attempt. Just a bit of composure from Porro and Odegaard there. Just put your foot on the ball. Calm it down. There's a ball over the top. That's going to find its way all the way through to Vicario. It does just about. And again, Sunderland offering absolutely nothing in this game. So Vicario goes down the line into Richarlison, but the ball is over his head. Mukiel can mop this up. And then Sunderland, again, they've been absolutely dreadful. I mean, to be fair, we've pressed well. But there's a quick throw in by Ben Davies into Richarlison. Can he hold it up? The answer is no. And Mukiel gets the ball out for a Spurs throw-in. Absolutely bang on the nail. Absolutely. This is a very average team. Yes, I'm not sure. You had Simmons in. You had Kulu, Maddison. You're starting to get better. Anyway, here's Ben Davies. Long throw. The ball is flicked over. And Romero flicks it on. It's bouncing around in the box. Here's Tell, Porro. Bentancur's now got it. Can anybody get it down? Here's Ben Davies. Dinks the ball to the back post. It's a poor ball. Straight into the path of Roofs. But it's all Spurs. Really well blocked by Odegaard. Here's Richie. It's just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You see that shot? Oh my gosh. Composure. Just a bit of composure. Richie tries to rush the shot. And Bentancur's won the ball back brilliantly. Here's Kudus. He's got the ball taken off his feet, though. Where's the composure? Just compose. It's all Tottenham. But it's just a real lack of quality in those final third. area, sorry, in the final third areas. It's all Spurs. Dude, it's comments like that where you just think you're a troll. We don't have any other fullbacks, and you've got to be able to rotate players. I don't understand what people don't get about this. Maybe if we had bought players, he wouldn't have to play Ben Davies. I just don't get it. People say things without thinking, don't they? And well mopped up again by Bentancur. You know, the guy that Marios says, oh, Bentancur's playing, who does all of our dirty work. So far, Spurs 3 shots, 2 on target in the first 12 minutes. Again, I agree. Listen, I don't rate Ben Davies, but so far he's done absolutely nothing wrong here. Here he is. Plays the ball inside to Gray. I've not noticed him playing. Gray gives it away immediately. Wins it back. Here he is. Right, Gray, composed. He's still going, Gray. And then gives it away. It's one back by Porro. Porro whips the ball in. Richie, header at the back post, just wide. Much better. But again, Gray is... he drove forward. And you're thinking, right, pick the pass. And he dinks it straight at the defender. And then Porro whips in a good ball. And Richie's just misjudged the flight. And, I mean, listen, if we had a top centre forward, we'd be winning this game right now. Wouldn't we? Corner kick to Spurs here. A good cross by Porro. Here's a corner. Whipped in. Cleared by Roofs. And then tackled back and won by Ben Davies. And it's going to be a free kick or a throw-in. I'm not sure which one. It's just composure. That's twice now. Gray's got on the ball in the midfield. And you're like, just take your time. Everything he does is a rush and just... But this is all Spurs, isn't it? This is all Spurs. Everton 0, Brentford 1. Everton 0, Igor Thiago. But so far, Sunderland not in this game of football at all. 14 minutes gone. Sunderland, I can't remember doing anything. But we're pressing well. Bentancur's pressing well in midfield. To be fair, the front three are pressing well. Oh, I thought Kudus was going to nick in there. Everton trying to play the ball out the back, give it away. The ball whipped in. Thiago, easy finish. Composed. Notice how the Sunderland, the Brentford goal was composed. Put his foot on the ball, put the ball across. Thiago just followed it and scored. But it's been all Spurs. We just need some composure. That's the word for today, composure. As we said, so one goal here would take us into 7th, if that's important to people. As Van der Ven clears it, and then Tell slices. Not really seen Tell since the first minute. He had that shot. Not really seen him on the ball since. Not seen Odegaard on the ball either. Or Gray. It's the young ones that are not really, for me, coming to the party here. Kudus is down injured. This is definitely not what we need. Kudus is down injured, holding his left foot. I mean, if he's injured, I'm guessing Mawani goes in. I'm not sure what game this person's watching. I haven't watched Xhaka dictate a single thing yet. Good player, but I've not seen him dictate a single thing. So I'm guessing if Kudus has to come off here, it's going to be Mawani. I don't know who else it could be. Bergvall maybe, and then Bergvall in the 10 with Odeberg going right. It looks like Mawani's getting stripped off. So Kudus is coming off after 17 minutes. So no Kudus, no Simmons, no Kulu, no Maddison, no Solanke. Oh, Tottenham never change. Never change, Tottenham. Sorry, I don't know what game you're watching. I've not seen Sunderland do anything at all. So Kudus is coming off injured. So I'm guessing Mawani. Will Mawani just step in on the right, or will Telerodaba shuffle around? We'll see. Again, there's just no depth, is there? We don't have right wingers to bring on. We don't have left wingers. We don't have centre mids. We don't have left backs or right backs. So Randall Colomwani, let's see what happens here. So it looks let's see what happens. So long throw by Sunderland into the Spurs box, and it's gone out for a Sunderland corner. Newcastle have taken the lead against Crystal Palace, by the way. Oh, Granit Xhaka slipped as he was about to take the corner kick. Oh, Ian, these people who say top four just, it's truly, truly baffling, isn't it? Granit Xhaka takes the short corner. It goes back to him. He's whipped the crossover, headed cleared by Gray, and then cleared by Odeberg. And let's hope Spurs can keep up that intensity that we've had. So here's Ben Davis. Sweeps a ball forward into Richie. It's a good ball. Ball down by Odeberg. Now laid off to Porro, who lays in Mawani. Mawani lays it back to no one, but Tell can retrieve it. That was awful from Mawani. Here's Tell. He goes back to Davis. There's just zero quality in this forward line, is there? Zero. Absolutely no quality in this forward line. Here is Bentancur to Gray. We haven't got a single creative player on the pitch now. They're all injured. Here's Tell. What you got? Late, awful from Tell. Beats his man and then passes to the foot. It was meant to be a cross, and literally it was a pass to the first fullback. This is... as I said, bring in whichever man. By the way, the Newcastle goal was disallowed. Bring in whichever manager you want. Look at the state of these forward players. We have a front four of Tell, Odeberg, Kudus, and Mawani. Bentancur wins the header. Odeberg brings it down. Now, that's a good ball to Mawani. Mawani now, what has he got? He's driving through and he's giving it away immediately. This, I don't. One back by Bentancur again, who's having another good game, Bentancur. Here's Odeberg. Can he shoot? No, he's lost the ball. And oh my gosh. Gray plays the ball into Mawani, then to Richie. It's all a mess at the moment. Here's Richie. He loses out. And Romero steals in to win it. Here's Romero. Plays the ball to Richarlison. Richarlison gives the ball to Porro. Porro crosses. Awful cross. Awful cross. As I've said, we can blame Frank all we want. These players can't pass a football. These players can't pass a football. What on earth was that, Pedro Porro? Romero wins the ball. I mean, Sunderland have offered absolutely nothing. Let's be brutally honest. Sunderland have done nothing. It's been all us. But whenever we get in that final third, and there's, by the way, there's Bentancur mopping up again and gives it away. Oh my gosh. And then one back by Porro. Oh, we need a revamp. So here's Archie Gray. Hooks it clear to no one. I don't know what Archie Gray is. I'll say it again. I just don't know. I don't know what Archie Gray is. I mean, Bentancur looks superior to him, and I don't even really rate Bentancur. Poor defending again from Romero, just by-stepped. See, when Romero does that, he steps into midfield for no reason. The player just goes around him and he leaves us short at the back. We then have to foul. I just don't see the quality. As I said, when I've got people like Marios coming in here going, we've got much better players than Brighton and Fulham and Where are these players? I don't get Archie Gray. I do not get him at all as a footballer. I cannot believe somebody bought this man into Tottenham Hotspur. Ben Davis wins the ball, gives it to Tell, gives it away. Oh my gosh. Tell, Odeberg, Mawani. We've signed all of these. We've signed all of these in the last year and a half. The scouting is absolutely atrocious. Here's Richie. Off to Odeberg. There's the ball. Here's Tell. Spurs have got a chance here. Go on, Tell. Tell shoots. Oh, my God. He's whipped it wide. Oh, my gosh. Why can't any... Where's the quality? Such a lazy finish. It was a really good ball by Porro into Richie, who did well, laid it off to Odeberg. Odeberg gives it to Tell. And again, it felt like it was a really lazy effort. He has time and space. And who's going to score for us here? Here's Bentancur to Tell. You got space. Run into the space. Beat your man. Can't beat his man. Still got it. Plays a ball into Gray. Back to Davis. Here's Mickey van der Ven. Over to Romero. I mean, I don't know how many times we're getting into great positions here. Sorry, this guy or these players? Look at the positions we're getting into. Ben Davis with a good ball into Richie. Heads it down. Kept on. Did he? No. Yes. And Mawani again with a crap ball, but the Sunderland player's down. Oh, my God. Imagine this team now. There's just no quality in the team. There's just no quality. Just getting in really good areas. Time and time and time again. I mean, 5 shots so far today, but how many chances should we have put away here? As I said, some good passage of play. Whenever we get into that final third, the forwards don't know what to do. Here's Odeber. Plays the ball now to Ben Davies, who, to be fair, hasn't done anything wrong here. He'll get the blame if we don't win. I don't think he's done anything wrong at all. Here's Archie Gray. Plays it across to Romero. Now, Romero sweeps a pass. Good ball out to Tell. Really good pass. What you got? Beat him. Beat him. Matisse Tell lays it off to no one, really, but Bentancur gets it. Again, it's Tell, Odeber, and Mawani in the final third. There's no quality. Here's Tell again. Beat him. Beat him. He dinks a ball in. It's an awful ball in. Again, it goes back to Tell. And you think our fans don't want to look, man. Look at these players. Tell and Odeber have seen so much of the ball. And Mawani, and they just can't do anything with it. Here's Bentancur. Plays the ball out wide to Pedro Porro. He's got time. Lays the ball back into Romero. Romero goes back to Porro, does he? Yes, he does. Now Romero to Gray. Now here's Odeber. Beat him. Odeber. Awful. I really want to see something from Teller Odeber. I'm really trying harder to get on board, but they just look lost. They just look lost and devoid of all quality. Spurs have only Arsenal have scored more goals from corners. But here is a corner from Matisse Tell from the left-hand side. Matisse Tell to the back post. Here's Romero to Van der Ven. It's in. Spurs have scored. Ben Davies, I think. Was it Ben Davies or Van der Ven? I don't know who scored. I don't care, but we're 1-0 up. The corner floated all the way to the back post. Romero brings it down, plays it back into the path. I'd love to see it again. And it's a well-deserved lead for how much we've had. It's a well-deserved lead here. Let's have a look. So the ball comes all the way across from Tell. Romero brings it down, plays it to Van der Ven. Van der Ven shoots, and Ben Davies scores. This is Ben Davies. Ben Davies has scored. It wasn't Van der Ven. So Ben Davies, no one wanted him to start. He's in the right place at the right time. Tottenham 1, Sunderland 0. And guys, this is what we need. I'll tell you what, people say only defenders score. It's a bloody good job because the forwards are dreadful. Tottenham 1, Sunderland 0. And at the moment, Spurs are leading this game. At the moment, Spurs are leading this game. And we go into, I'll let you know as soon as BBC update their table. Imagine Son and Kane were in this team. Just imagine now for 1 minute, right? Imagine for 1 minute that Son and Kane were in this football team. As it stands, by the way, guys, we are currently 2 points off the Champions League, right? And in 8th place. 2 points off the Champions League in 8th place. For all the moaning and the drama, we are 2 points off the Champions League. I don't know what you're watching. Sorry, Stuart. I don't know what you're watching. Kids or not, there's no end product. There's no final pass. They can't beat a man. I'm sorry. No, sorry. Not for me. Not for me. Sorry. Just my opinion. As it stands, Brentford into the European places as well at the moment. So throw in from Sunderland, who have done nothing this game, and headed out by Richarlison, who, funnily enough, has been the best of our 4 forwards. Let that sink in. Richarlison, the best of our 4 forwards. Now, that's a really good ball by Romero to Mawani. Mawani out wide on the right. What's he got? Plays at Mawani has been absolutely dreadful since he came on. Absolutely dreadful. I was just, Mark, just saying, because, Mark, for me, the problems will still be there, but so many people constantly will say we're 14th. I'm just saying where we are. It's how the league is at the moment. Let's hope we can win this, and this will be 7 points out of 9. And for all the noise, as it stands, we're 9 points off last season's points tally. I'll tell you what, Mawani, questions need to. Where's James Flower when you need him? Where is James Flower? Not for me. I don't want them coming up. I don't think these boys should be at Tottenham at all, Stuart. This is the point. As I said, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Villa, they don't bring on players like this. They're not. We're starting them. They don't even bring players like that on. So, ball play down the line. Into Richie and Tell chasing. It's been all Spurs. You know what? Tell gets the ball and you think, right, what are you going to do? And there's just no belief. There's no, I don't know. Is it the quality? Is it the belief? I don't know. I'm hearing that Fulham are 1-0 up as well. Harry Wilson with another goal. Harry Wilson. What a good little player Harry Wilson is. Always does a good job. There's a ball over the top to Mawani. Is Mawani ever going to score? Oh, Odegaard with a shot. Awful shot in the end. I think he might have been offside anyway. The ball played forward. It was a foul, and then Odegaard. I mean, I keep hearing how good he is in training. I don't believe anybody that says this nonsense. Sorry. But what? This baffles me. What? What? I think he's been dreadful. This is what I mean. We have 0 standards now. 0. I think Richarlison's been the best of the forward line. I think Mawani and Odegaard have been the worst. Tell's been meh. And Richie's been the best, and that's not saying a lot. No, I Stuart, and I agree with this. I agree with this. Yeah, absolutely. Poor signings have meant that we've got to play these players. But look, it's a throw into Sunderland who have not been in this game at all. Let's hope I've not cursed them there. So the long throw into the box. Really good defending again by Richarlison. Now the Sunderland player has a crack from 30 yards. Ooh, I'll tell you what, wasn't a million miles away. But I think that's their first effort on goal, if I'm not wrong. So it was a good header by Richarlison, but it fell about 30 yards out. And it wasn't the worst effort. Yeah, do you know what, Rick? Perfect squad player, Harry Wilson. Perfect squad player. Anyway, here's Tell. Good turn. Right, that's better. Good turn. And then gives the ball away with his first pass. Oh, my God. Now, Sunderland are away, are they? Great tackle. Great tackle, Mickey. Then well done by Romero. And then cleared by Porro. And Tell turned his man brilliantly. And then 5-yard pass gives it away. I mean, all of the YouTubers that tell you, all of the YouTubers that do these videos about the Tells and the Odebers and the Mawani, this is what I've said all year. These are not good enough. Imagine the front three today was Kulu, Son and Kane. Where do you think we'd be in the table? Here's Sunderland down the left. The ball played into Lafi. Now into Granit Xhaka. Really good play by Porro. Much better defensively by Porro. Here's Mawani and just gives the ball away immediately. Mawani has been absolutely awful. I think he has given the ball away every time he's got it. Big up to my man, Mark. How you doing, Mark? Much love. Hope you're well. Let's catch up this week. Honestly, if we had a decent front three, we'd be out of sight here. We can talk about the manager all we want. Imagine we had Son, Maddison, Kulu, for example. We'd be out of sight. A Jermaine Defoe, absolutely, a Jermaine Defoe. How many of these chances would Defoe have got, put on his right foot and whip them in the corner of the goal? Vicario now goes down the line. Cleared by the left back, Dennis Churkin. Now, here's Bentancur. Gives it to Mickey van der Ven. Now, Ben Davies dinks the ball over the top. It's a good ball. I think Davies has played well here today. Here's Matisse Tell. Back into Ben Davies. Don't pass. Don't give it away now, Davies. Now I said you played well. Here's Archie Gray. Into Bentancur. Not again. Gray. Not noticed him at all. Here's Bentancur. Into Mawani. Please don't give it away, Mawani. Turns. Can he beat his man? Gives it to Bentancur. Bentancur. Now to Van der Ven. Can he switch play to the left? Here's Odeberg. What you got? Oh, Odeberg. Just so slow. Just so slow. Odeberg had time, space, pick a pass, take a shot. Nothing. Just nothing. Is this where we're at? Gray has recycled well. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? I just keep seeing him give the ball away. The funny thing is, it's like, you know, when we say things like, yeah, go and get Lookman or Rashford, and people go, not good enough for Spurs. And I'm like, what are you watching? Here's Mawani. Go on. Here's Mawani. And he's giving it away again. He's giving it away again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Honestly, Odegaard and Moani have been so bad. So bad. But yet the same people that like them will go, Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank isn't telling these guys to hold on to the ball, not be able to pass. One of them will score in a minute and people will go, oh, Savva, you. Oh, Lookman would be our best forward. Lookman would be our best forward. Mark, I never noticed he's playing. He's great. And Gray, giving the ball away again in central midfield, he is awful. I am sorry. I don't care if Lubo's my mate. What an awful player Archie Gray is. Here's Moani. Please don't give it away. Down on the right wing. Please. He's crossed the ball into Richie, who's volleyed it. Oh, how many chances do we want? Oh my gosh. Moani kept going down the line. He scooped a cross out and then Richie's volley went well wide. Oh my gosh. Here's Gray. Just give it someone 5 yards, Gray. Yeah, like that. Otherwise, you're not very good. We've had 19 touches in the opposition box and 7 shots. How are we not out of sight? Here's Richarlison. He's laid the ball back, but no one was up there with him. Bentancur wins it back in midfield. Here's Odegaard out to Tell. Come on, one of you, please prove me wrong. One of you, do something that proves me wrong. Nope. Tell gets tackled, but here's Ben Davies back into Bentancur. Oh my gosh. I've tried so hard to really want Odegaard or Tell or Gray to do something. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh, please. There's a ball over the top. Richie, can he win that? No, he can't. Mukiel, way too strong and powerful. Gray tries to win the tackle, doesn't. Richie does, but the ref says it's a foul. Honestly, VCats, I want to be wrong, but I don't know. Game after game after game, I'm just seeing the Tells, the Odegaards, the Grays, the Moanis, and I'm like, when fans are telling me we should be full for fit, I'm like, how? How? We playing for a draw? What are you talking about? We're all over them. What are you talking about? Playing for a draw? I mean, Sunderland have not been in this game at all. Just imagine some quality in the forward areas. Or a playmaker that gets the ball and just calms it all down. Just imagine. We'd be so much better. Tell flicks it on to nobody. Again. This is why, guys, when people keep telling me, get the manager, it don't really matter. Look at the players. I can't believe we're as high up the table we are, to be honest. It's been all Spurs. Right, Matt, listen, I'm gonna block you if you're just gonna lie. We haven't parked the bus at all. I don't know what you're talking about. That's absolutely ridiculous. Please just grow up a little bit. Please. Please. It's ridiculous. Bergval? I don't know. No one. No one. That's the point. No one. Yeah, imagine if Lookman was playing in this game, you would see such a difference in quality. Here's Tell on the left-hand side. 3 minutes of injury time in this first half. Here's Tell. Back to Ben Davies, who I think's had a good half. Back to Tell. Beat him. Beat your man. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Thinks the crossover. It's here's Odegaard, and he gives it away. Oh, I just can't. I just can't. No, I'm not angry. I think this is funny. I'm not emotional or angry. I think this is funny. I haven't been emotional at all. People don't like the truth. There's the ball over the top. Can Richie bring it down? Mukiel has defended it well. And it's gone out for a... I don't know what's happening here. I mean... I actually think Ben Davies has been really solid at left back today. There is the half-time whistle. I think Ben Davies has been really solid. I don't know what he's done wrong. People will just blame him. I think Frank's got this one right. I think he looks a lot more stable than we have lately. All Spurs, 1-0. In the Premier League games, it is Fulham 1, Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1, Sunderland 0, Newcastle 0, Palace 0, and Everton 0, Brentford 0. For anyone that cares what that means for the Premier League table, Arsenal, Villa, City, and Liverpool in the top 4. Man United are 5th. Chelsea 6th. Brentford and Fulham 7th and 8th. Tottenham in 9th. Only 2 points off the Champions League. I don't know how. Sunderland in 10th. Brighton in 11th. Palace 12th. Everton 13th. Newcastle 14th. Bournemouth 15th. Leeds 16th. Forest 17th. West Ham, Burnley and Wolves all in the drop zone. So, look, I think we've done everything right. We've got in the right areas. We've had chances. We've had the ball. We've not had to really defend. We just look powder puff up top because the players aren't good enough. At some stage, the excuses have to stop for Tell, for Odegaard, and Mawani. They have to stop. The excuses have to stop. Those players aren't good enough. Sorry, what on earth did you see Odegaard Mawani do? I mean, Gray was poor, but I mean, I think it was a good first half, but I mean, Odegaard is shocking. Gray is shocking, and Mawani's been shocking. I think Bentancur's done well in the midfield again. Always gets cussed, but I think again he's been the one steadying influence in the team. And I completely agree with you, Stuart. Yeah, if you've now got, especially with Madison, Kudus, Xavi Simons, Solanke, all of the creative forward players are missing. But Spurs are in a transfer window. I don't know what. Every time he crosses the ball, it hits the first man. He can't beat his man. I don't know how you can have a good half then, but have no end product. Like, I don't see it. The standards again, we've got to raise these standards. They've got to get better. Got to get better players in. But listen, 1-0. I think I speak for all Spurs fans when I say, wouldn't it be lovely to come out, grab a second goal early doors and really, I wouldn't say take the pressure off. I don't think we've been under any pressure. I think we've been by far the better team. And we need that second goal. Put the game to bed, get the second goal. The worrying thing you would say is, will Sunderland be as bad second half? Now, I do think that a lot of them being bad is we've pressed them well, we've worked hard, we've closed down in the middle. I think Porro and Davis have actually had quite good games at fullback. Porro started a bit shakily. But again, again, I don't. Again, according to the stats, we're a little bit better, not much. Sorry, what game are you watching? What game are you watching? We've had 8 shots, 4 on target. Come on. What are we doing here? I know now people just want to have a pop at Spurs now we play, but I think we've actually attacked to get in the right area as well, but it's in the final third where we must do better. But I don't expect us to. So thank God for Ben Davis popping up from a corner, eh? And this is now 2.5 games without conceding. It's not the end of the world. See, this is the thing. We're not allowed to say anything nice about Spurs. We're not allowed to say anything nice about Spurs. Listen, I thought Romero and Van de Ven have brought the ball out brilliantly from the back. I think Ben Davies has had a really good game at left back. I think that him being an out-and-out left back has allowed Porro to go forward more, and it allows it to become a free at the back. So I think we've pressed really well and been on them. I agree, by the way, Ash. I do agree with this. I think we've not allowed them to do anything. But look, we've had chances. We've had, Richie's had a couple of shots. Tell had the shot early doors. Ben Davis obviously scored the goal. Odeber's had a volley wide. So I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because they're just showing the Tell chance from the edge of the box. For me, just no conviction. For me, I felt he could have continued with that. But I think I agree, Phil. I think we fully deserve the lead. I think we've been the best team by a mile. And it now feels that no matter what we do, if we win, people will just not be happy either way. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Tell is better than Odeber and Moani. He's still bang average, but at least I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you on that point. Look, I don't think any of them should be in the Spurs team at all, but this is what we've got. And on the bench, if I'm not wrong, just trying to see who could possibly come on in the forward areas. Scarlett, Williams, Barnett, or Bergval. I mean, it's down to the bare bones, isn't it? Yeah, now imagine Gray weren't in centre mid, but Gomez or Neves were. Now imagine Lookman was playing out wide. It would look so much better. And that's why I don't think this team is going to be awful when you make the right 3 or 4 additions to it in the short term. Yes, I think we need a lot in the long term, but I don't know how I don't care if they're a YouTuber or not. I don't know how anyone is watching these forward players and saying, we should be playing really good forward football. Be brave, they keep saying. Well, we've attacked today. The players have shown they can't do it. Big up to my man, Gary. Big up to my man, Gary. I'll be honest. Yeah. Well, we've had 2 or 3 shots outside the box today. So when you're saying he defies Frank's tactics of not shooting, you don't know they're the tactics. You're making that up again. Yeah, but we're talking about when he gets the ball. We're talking about when he gets the ball. He just does nothing. I agree with this, Alex. I think Bentancur and Davies have been our best players. Look, I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind if we go 2-0 up. I wouldn't mind seeing Luca Williams Barnett come on for Gray. I'll be honest. I do not rate Archie Gray at all. I do not rate this boy at all. Just at all. So at the moment, look, we are 45 minutes away from 7 points from 9, 3 clean sheets in a row. Okay, I know people want much better football, but listen, if you're going to drag out the results, they drag them out, right? That's not a problem. At the moment, as we said, we're in touching distance. I can't believe we are, but at the moment, we are 4 points off fourth and 2 points off fifth. So for all those before the game saying, well, we're 14th, it's terrible. This is how quickly the league is going to move game to game to game. But we'll see. Well, when I watched Luca Williams-Barnett playing the other day for the under-19s, he was controlling the game from the midfield. So I'm not sure. Gray feels like a worse version of Bentancur. I think Bentancur's been good lately. I think Bentancur gets a rough deal. I think he's been good lately. So we'll see. Let's just see. Ruben has declared he will. Hang on. Wow. I don't know if anyone has seen what Ruben Amorim has said. This is breaking news. Ruben Amorim has said this. He said, I came here to be the manager of Man United, not to be the coach of Man United. That's clear. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until the other guy is coming here to replace me. And that is going to finish in 18 months. And then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. If people cannot handle the Gary Nevilles and the critics, we need to change the club. Wow. So again, you've got issues with him at Man U, Maresca for Chelsea. The Newcastle fans are unhappy with Eddie Howe. You've got the Bournemouth fans are upset because Iriola can't win a game for love nor money. And you've got Spurs fans who hate Frank and they want better. Does anyone like their manager? Liverpool fans aren't happy with Slot. They're losing again today. Is anyone happy with their manager? I genuinely don't know in 2026. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. When managers start saying things like that, you know it's the beginning of the end. Anyone asking about Brendan Johnson? I've just looked. I can't see he's done anything, but he's got a yellow card, but I'm not watching the game. Who will see. Larender said, leave Frank alone. Who could we get? Could do better with his team. Listen, I just don't think he should be going anywhere at the moment. I think, do you know what? So many of these fans and YouTubers are so fixated on Frank that we're not actually saying, we're not demanding more of the board. Like, where's our signings? Where's the plan? Where is the plan? Where's our signings, please, board? Because everyone is so fixated on Thomas Frank and being entertained. This is why we're not being entertained. Look at these players when they get the ball in the final third. And you think these are the players that everyone goes, be brave. Brave with what? Tell Odeber, Mawani and Richie have clearly got free license today to be brave. And they can't do anything with the ball. Let's hope that changes in the second half. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Look, big up to each and every one of you. Not many super stickers today, but thank you very much to DB Forever for the super sticker. Really appreciate you, my man. Always very generous to me. I appreciate you. By the way, I think Bentancur this last month or two has been one of our better players. People keep going, oh, Bentancur's playing again. I think he's been one of our better players. Hang on, I'm just seeing the Harry Wilson go. Great finish. See, none of ours can do that. He's not even a centre forward. None of our forwards can do what Harry Wilson just done, right? He was spun through, clinical, one touch, bang. None of ours can do that. That's what we need to see. Just seeing the Brentford goal here as well. Good crossover. Thiago, good finish. Kept his eye on the ball, followed it through. Yeah. Do you know what, Daniel? I'd have him in our squad all day. Like, you know, I'm not saying I'd start him every game, but I think he always does well. Let's have a look at Harry Wilson. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Spurs should sign him or anything, but I mean, this season already, he's got 19 games. He's got 6 goals and 4 assists. He just gets the job done, right? He just gets the job done. Yeah, Bobby, I remember you saying it. Yep. I remember you saying it. Yeah, he's having an absolute mare, isn't it? Isn't he? Nancy at Celtic having an absolute mare. He's done well, isn't he? How many goals has he got this year? I don't know, 9, 10 league goals? Hang on, let's have a look. Is it 9 or 10? Am I making that up? Igor Thiago. Is that his 12th league goal today? Can anyone confirm? Is that his 12th league goal? I don't know what people are expecting. This is what I see from what I see from Archie Gray week in, week out. I have no idea why anyone wants this player at top, like in the Spurs team. At best, he should be out on loan. I think he's a really poor footballer. I'll see in a few years. Yeah, sure I will. Sure I will. Kevin Wilson. Right. So the players are in the tunnel. I'll tell you what I want to see more than anything. I want to see Moani do something. He has been awful. I'd get him in the squad for the moment. I mean, that's how bad we are. I think they're both very. Hey, we'll see. Anyway, the players are back out. There's Ben Davis, first goal of the season. Oh, James, how bad has he been? I think he's given it away every time since he's come on, other than that one cross. Oh. Don't forget to keep subscribing and smash the like button, please, guys. Not many subscribers or likes today so far. Really poor showing. But then again, whenever Spurs are winning, that does tend to happen. And we're only 26 subscribers away from 24,000, if anybody cares. No one really, probably. Do you reckon Kuda's injury will accelerate? Look, for me, it wasn't even about a replacement for Brennan Johnson, if I'm going to be completely honest. For me, it's just about buying better players all over. I mean, I don't rate Brennan Johnson in any way, shape, or form, but let's see what these Sunderland players do in the second half, shall we? And Daz, never a truer word said. Bobby, he has been awful, isn't he? I mean, I think I've always said he's okay, but he looks awful. Hopefully, he does something in the second half, shuts me up. But here's Sunderland about to kick us off for the second half. And we're off and underway. So, what have Tottenham got? Can we go out there and grab a second? No changes to either side, as far as I can see. So we've kept them very quiet as an attacking force in the first half. Here's Moani. Loses the ball, and it's going to be a throw. Oh, he's won the throw-in, to be fair. Yeah, but it's an entertainment venue now, isn't it? It's not really a football venue. Oh, hang on. We're talking about the basics here. I'm not even talking about him scoring goals. I'm talking about the basics of being able to control a ball and pass it. Porro gives the ball away. Now the ball goes into a dinger. Really poor that from Porro. Bentancur's gone over to him. And then Odegaard wins the ball to Moani. Now to Odegaard. Good ball by Odegaard into Richarlison, who's fouled, and it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham, and that's got to be a yellow card, is it? I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Richarlison's having one of his better games, scrappy type of games. Anyway, so a free kick to Tottenham. I can smell food in the oven. You know, when you've got your dinner, I can just smell it in the oven. And it's going to be a throw into Sunderland down on the left-hand side. Really well done. Oh, no, I thought he won the ball there, Bentancur, but the ref said no. It's a free kick. Now, you would expect that Sunderland are going to raise their tempo a little bit. I want to see, how do Spurs combat that? How do we combat that? So here's Sunderland, not really going anywhere on the left-hand side. Good play by Porro. That's got to be a Spurs throw, isn't it? I thought Porro cleared it off the player. But you would expect, you would expect Sunderland to come out and press a bit more. They were very disappointed first half. I think a lot of that was to do with how we played, but you would expect... Who's the cook at home? 50-50. Depends. There's a ball into the box, headed clear by Romero. To be fair, Sunderland, well, they've dinked the ball back into the box, the header down and easily into the arms of Vicario. Tottenham haven't really got going this second half, but here's Ben Davies. Into Bentancur. See, Bentancur, I know he can frustrate people because he doesn't always go forward, but he calms it down. It means it's not always rushing back at our back four. It was a Dingro got the header in, but no, nothing real with it. Here's Christian Romero into Gray, gives it to Porro. Good touch by Porro. That's a good ball again. It's a good, I think it was, I'm not sure it was, whoever it was, chested it down into the path of Richarlison, who was being held back by, I think it was Alderete, who then gets a booking. Let's have a look. I think Odegaard chested it into the path of Richie. And Richie was, I mean, on the halfway line, Alderete pulled him back, gets the yellow card. And I think, I think Richie was asking for a red, but you're not going to get a red on the halfway line at all. Anyway, here's Christian Romero. Plays the ball into Bentancur, whose flick did not work. Now Sunderland have gone down the line. Is that to Meander? And here's Xhaka, who sweeps the ball over to a Dingra. And the ball has gone over Vicario. Vicario having one of those moments where he flapped and flapped. And in the end, Ben Davies saved him. Good turn by Richie. Lays it off to Porro. Good ball into Romero. Vicario again, another good ball by Romero. This is nice from Spurs. Here's Porro. Here's Richie. Play across first time. Richie dinks it across out for a corner. Good play by Spurs there. But Vicario having one of his moments. He was offside, though. He was offside, so it wouldn't have counted. But Vicario has come out and flapped. Absolutely flapped. It was offside, so it wouldn't have counted. But he came out and just flapped. Another position on the pitch where I just not sold. Anyway, corner kick for Spurs. It was a good counter-attack then by Spurs down the pitch. Here's Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro is going to take the corner. Ball whipped in. Header by, I think it was Ben Davies, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. It looks like we're going to have a much better game of it. Not that we want that as Spurs fans, but it looks like we're going to have a much more 50-50 game if the first 7 minutes is anything to go by. Sunderland offside. But again, yeah, Vicario. Oh, gosh. Honestly, from this 11, Vicario, Davis, Gray, Odegaard, Tell, Richie, Mawani. I mean, there's so many of them I would not have at this football club. And that was me being kind to Porro there. Oh, Odegaard just couldn't quite connect with it. Romero with a lovely pass down the centre of the pitch. And Odegaard just needed just a little bit more on the ball. But that's nice from Tell. Into Gray, what you got? Archie Gray just runs into his man. He's won it back, but Archie Gray, now he's got it again. Oh, I'm just not convinced by Gray at all. Sorry. He has been atrocious. And now Romero's had an absolute mare. He's given it away, Romero, but Ben Davies is there. Can he mop up for him? Sunderland in. And it's saved by Vicario. I'll tell you what was Romero doing? Having another one of Romero's moments. What? World class, they tell me. World class. Oh, my gosh. And we were lucky to get away with that. Romero doing it. This is exactly what he did against Liverpool. Everything was calm. There were no problems. And he just gives the ball away. Headed clear by Richie. He's been very good from those corners defensively today, Richie. And Brentford are 2-0 up at Everton. Got to get Archie Gray off this pitch as well. He is an absolute liability with a ball. Cleared by Mickey van der Ven. Here's Mawani. What have you got, Mawani? Good turn. Poor pass. Now Tell. Down the line. That's a great ball to Richarlison. What have you got, Richie? There's Mawani in the box. Crosses to... Oh, no, it's blocked off the defender. Oh, just when you think all he had to do was square it to the path of Mawani and it's 2-0 and we didn't. Oh, the second Brentford goal. By the way, I don't know who scored it. Nathan Collins. How we did not score from that breakaway. Oh, my gosh. How many chances are we going to want here? Because at 1-0... Oh, mate, the quality, I don't know what they're seeing. The quality of Brentford are 3-0 up, I believe. I believe that Brentford are 3-0 up at Everton. I mean, Kuva, it's the usual, it's in moments, mate, in moments. I mean, look there. Richarlison, oh my gosh, he had such a good chance. And Spurs win a free kick. We should be 2 or 3-0 up here. Thiago with his 13th of the season. Brentford are 3-0 up. And he's done a great job, Andrews. He's taken on from what Thomas Frank done, and they're doing really well. He's done really, really well. So is that 13 league goals for Igor Thiago? Well, the thing is, everyone went on about our point away to them. They beat Newcastle, Liverpool, and Man United at home. We draw 0-0, and everyone goes, oh, they're rubbish. Honestly, it's just so hyperbolic at the moment. But I would like a second here. It's a free kick. Porro's going to take it. The third Brentford goal has gone to VAR. But a free kick from Porro. He whips it in, and it's cleared easily. Here's Tell. So slow on the ball. There's Odeber. Plays a ball over to Mawani. It's a good pass. Mawani now. What have you got? I need to see something from him. Here's Odeber. Whips the ball in. And Archie Gray just... I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Just seen the Nathan Collins goal from a corner. Archie, sorry, guys. Can I ask you honestly, out of 10, what would anyone give Archie Gray right now? Out of 10 for this performance? Because I am struggling to understand how he's a professional footballer, let alone a Premier League player right now. I think he is horrendous. In a minute, he'll do something and people will go, oh, see? Anyway, just coming up to the hour. Romain Mundle on. Dennis Churkin off. I tell you what, we're going to rue. If we don't put one of these chances away, we're going to rue it. Yeah, for me, I agree with you. Whoever said that in the chat, Gray needs a loan to a championship team. He is just a little boy, isn't he? He's just does nothing. Here's Richie. What you got? Richie to Mawani. Back to Richie. Here's Porro. Come on. The ball across. Blocked right by the keeper. How many of these chances do we need when we get in the box? Good tackle by Bentancur. And then a foul on Pedro Porro. And it's going to be another yellow card. I'll tell you what, how many of these chances are we going to fluff? Oh. See, look, it's people like this that don't get it. Sorry, what part of this is on Frank? What are you talking about? We've had chance after chance. What are you talking about? As I said, imagine in the Conte team when he had Kane, Son and Kulu up top. This would be 4-0. Again, showing he doesn't understand how transfers work. You can't always time the transfers like that. It's ridiculous. Cross in. Blocked. What's the ref given there? Oh, my gosh. Given a free kick. I don't understand how anyone is watching these forward players and saying, just get a new manager in. I'm genuinely baffled at people. You know, if the club comes in and says they want to buy Brennan Johnson, you don't just say, oh, we'll just wait until we buy. I don't think people get it. This is not a computer game. Here's Gray. Don't give it away. He hasn't. Well done, Archie. He's given it to Richarlison. Here's Gray again. Right. Simple ball out wide. Into Tell. Here's Van der Ven. Got to get that second. We've had so many chances in the box. Again, sorry, mate. Can you just go and watch another chat? It's ridiculous. How is he passive? We keep having chance after chance after chance. You're now just saying things that aren't true because you don't like the manager. I don't know how many times we have to get in their box and mess up for it to be Frank's fault. Here's Tell, dispossessed easily again. Well won back by Mickey Van der Ven. But then he's lost the ball. And now Sunderland with a little bit of space in midfield. And Adingra. Is it Adingra? No. Here's Romain Mundle down the line. Great tackle, Bentancur. Superb tackle by Rodrigo Bentancur. Superb tackle. Again, look at the levels. Look at the levels from Bentancur to Gray and Bergvall. And people don't want Bentancur playing. It is madness. Absolutely madness. Corner kick by Sunderland into the box. Vicario just about got there. There's a ball into the Spurs box. Shot. And it's gone wide by Adingra. I just don't know what people are seeing. I genuinely don't. I would now get Gray off and get Paulinho on. Other than that, I don't know if there's too much we can do with that bench, but just don't know how we've not managed to get our second. I just don't know who there is on the bench that's really, other than Paulinho, I'm not sure. It's just all defensive players. Here's Richie. He's actually been the best of the bunch up top today. I get when people are asking for Luca Williams-Barnett to come on, but if he came on and we lost, people would then berate Frank for bringing on a 17-year-old when we're only 1-0 up, wouldn't they? This game should be out of sight. Great tackle again by Bentancur. Really, he's done really well again today. But yet you blame it on Thomas Frank. Which one is it? Good tackle by Ben Davis and gives it to Bentancur. Really, I think Bentancur and Davis, for me, have been our best two players. Mawani loses the ball again, has been absolutely atrocious, Mawani. Now they're bringing on big Dan Ballard. I just don't know what we've got on the bench. So it looks like Adingra is coming off. Newcastle 0, Palace 0 still, by the way. Here's Bentancur. Gives it to Pedro Porro. He's calm, isn't he? Bentancur. Given away by Porro. And then Bentancur was late to that tackle, and it's a free kick to Sunderland. Ball whipped in, headed clear by Christian Romero. Now he's Richie chasing the ball down, but Alderete took it out the sky well. Just to hope there isn't a sting in the tail here, because Sunderland have done nothing really And we just have not had that ability to finish. There's a ball scooped really high and into the box. Really well done by Ben Davis. It's on the edge of the box. Sunderland still got the ball, but not going anywhere. And then Porro with a clearance. Mawani heads it on. And then it's out for a goal kick. I don't think this is controversial at all. I don't think this is controversial at all. And this is, again, in the summer, what did I say? I don't rate the fullbacks. I don't rate the centre mids. I don't rate the forwards. And I'm told every week that it's just Frank. The players are not good enough. The players are not good enough. How many times are we in attacking areas and give it away? They can't part. It is madness. Wow. What a bad take that is. This wins worst take of the day, doesn't it? I think he's been our best player on the park. What are we doing? But you're just saying, I've noticed you're just saying stupid stuff now. What do you mean Frank is slow to the draw? What do you mean? Slow to what draw? You've literally just said you don't rate any of the players, but I genuinely don't get people like that guy. I don't get it. So here's Sunderland with the ball. They've not done anything with it. I think they've had more of the ball in the last 10 minutes, though. There's Mundell. Porro crosses and it goes out for a corner kick. Just an awful, awful take. He's been our best player on the pitch. Which sub do you want to see? Which sub is it you want to see? Headed clear. And then headed down by Odeber. Here is Pedro Porro. Spurs are on a counter-attack. 3-on-3. Pedro Porro. Crosses the ball into Mawani. Oh, Mawani can't take the ball with him. He's gone over him. An awful touch. Here he is. Goes past his man. And it's hit the goalkeeper and gone out for a corner. Another chance. Oh, my. Another chance. Porro got the ball over to Mawani. I guess that's Frank's fault as well. Oh, my God. Pedro Porro ran the length of the pitch. The length of the pitch. He did really well. Finds Mawani. Mawani's just got to take a touch, but he couldn't. And then the chance had gone. Oh, Mawani. He has been absolutely dreadful. Liverpool have equalised. Everton have pulled one back. Oh, Mawani. That was dreadful. Odeber's currently down at the moment, just so you know that you're not missing anything. Oh, wow. 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 All he had to do, take a touch with your left, rifle the ball in. Nope. So here's Bergvall and Paulinho for Spurs. And I'm hearing the Liverpool goal's being disallowed. So hopefully this is the end of Archie Gray's day. I'm sorry. I'm really, really struggling to warm to him. Thomas Frank really, wanted Spurs to go on the last day of the transfer window. No, what? No, he didn't. What do you mean? So Gray and Odeber are off. Bergvall and Paulinho on. The subs are made. Newcastle have found a goal against Crystal Palace. No, they haven't. No goal. Sorry, that wasn't given either. It's all happening. There's a great ball by Paulinho over to Tell. Tell down the line to Bergvall. Can he show something different? Bergvall gives it 5 yards to Paulinho. We really don't have good forwards, do we? Yes, Newcastle are 1-0 up. Porro into Paulinho, but he couldn't take the ball with him, and it's a throw. The Newcastle goal, by the way, was scored by Bruno Guimaraes. And it looks like Liverpool have equalised now. Florian Wirtz with the goal. Good play by Mickey van der Ven. Good turn by Tell. He's done the hard work. Now do the simple thing. And he's lost the ball. Honestly. So Liverpool have equalised. Florian Wirtz, he scored last week as well. He's got another one this week. Honestly, I don't even think he'd stand out of Peterborough. I think he is dreadful. Sorry. I think he is terrible. But the Liverpool equaliser does push Spurs up into 8th. Oh, dearie me. So it's going to be a long throw by Spurs. Can we get the second? Here's Tell, gives it to Porro, back into Bergvall. Goes out wide to Ben Davies, who I think's been really good today. Here's Paulinho. Here's Pedro Porro, driving down the line. And he's pushed over, but the ref says no. Come on, Porro, stop complaining. Let's just... Well, at the moment, it's 3 clean sheets. Mitch, I don't know. I think it's at the moment we don't know because he hasn't got any midfielders, right? I think if Spurs actually bought what we needed, I don't think he would be in the plans. I'm sorry, Mitch. I just think he's a terrible player. I have no idea why Spurs paid the best part of 40 million for him. But it is 1-0 with 15 to go. They're showing the Bruno Guimaraes goal. Brilliant. See, the Newcastle goal is exactly what we should have done. Ball goes to the back post, swing it across, someone's there to tap in. Every time we get into the box and do it, we mess up. Anyway, goals going in everywhere at the moment. Bentancur with another good defensive clearance. And then Bergvall brings it down. Now here's Tell. There's the ball into Mawani. There's way too much on that. Way too much on that. An awful pass by Tell. Oh, he had Mawani through on goal. Again, can't pass the football. And then Sunderland play the ball out for a goal kick. I just don't know how we've not scored more. I genuinely don't know how we've not scored more. I think it'll be a huge boost, though, if we can go 3 games with 3 clean sheets. I think that would be a real confidence boost. As I said before the game, before the last game, and before every game, right? I genuinely don't see what quality fans are seeing in so many of these footballers. There's a corner, a cross in, flicked over. It's gone all the way through to Mundell. Tries to shoot and cleared by Paulinia. And now, can Richie get past his man? He could, but he couldn't keep the ball in. This game should have been killed off. God, that would have summed it up, wouldn't it? If Romain Mundell had got the goal. Another player we gave away for free. What a difference 2 or 3 quality players will make. Great save. What a save from Vicario. I tell you what, he worries me like mad, but that is a great save. Unless that's hit the post. I think that is a... Oh, he's hit the post. Sorry, it's not a great save. It's not a great... Hang on, let me see. Header down. No. Take it all back. It wasn't a great save. It was a header onto the post. Oof. It's what happens if you don't buy the right players, right? It's what happens. You've got to buy the right players. It's really, really simple. This is one of the worst forward lines I've ever seen at Tottenham Hotspur. Richarlison, Mawani, Tell, and Odegaard. I mean, it's just... Oh, Sunderland are through. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. What a good goal. And it's been... Spurs have had the chance to put this game to bed, and we didn't. And we are now 1-1. We have had the chance to put this to bed and didn't. No, and now I've messed up the score. And that was a very, very good goal. A very, very good goal by Sunderland. But we've had the chance. And who have we got to blame? No one but ourselves. It was a good ball in. Laid off, back to Brobby, took a touch, fired it in the top corner. Everything that our forwards can't do. Everything that our forwards can't do, he's just done. One touch, bang. It's what happens if you don't take your chances. It's what happens. Newcastle are 2 up. I don't know what's happening now. I just don't know. But all of the Frank outlots start now. I mean, this is where we're just so ridiculous. How many chances have we had today? Can we find one from somewhere? Can we find one? I mean, we've got nothing off the bench, right? I don't know what we could bring off the bench. Bergvall again giving the ball away. Again, another one. I keep hearing Bergvall. Bergvall never does a thing. What have we got? What have we got here? Here's Pedro Porro. Whips in an awful cross. Awful cross from Pedro Porro. And then Bentancur has given away a foul and gets a yellow card. Mate, I just another one. I don't know what he does. I keep hearing him, Gray, Tell, Odeber. Don't know what any of them do. I just don't know. Mawani, what does he do? Gray, what does he do? Can we snatch a defeat here? A victory here? I just don't know who's going to score. I just look at these forwards and they are dreadful. I just don't know if we got a goal in us. There's a shot tipped over the bar by Vicario. I just don't know. Look, I don't know where we go from here. Because again, what will happen is we'll turn up to Bournemouth and people will start going, "Oh, look at the 11." Like, well, what have we got? Like, this is what we've got. Can we drag a goal from somewhere? Who on this pitch has got the quality to score a goal? I just don't see it. Corner kick from Sunderland. Blocked. And it's out for a throw. I just don't know who's going to score a goal. I genuinely don't know. Scarlett and Spencer coming on. Scarlett coming on. I'll tell you what. How bad has Mawani been? Like, honestly, he has been absolutely terrible. And there's Tell. He's fouled by Mukiel, is he? No. I don't know what's going on here. Anyone who says stupid shit is just getting blocked, by the way. You can all try and troll. You're just going to get blocked. We just got nothing on the bench. Oh, Ty Rogers, just go away. You're really boring now. I can say this till the cows come home. I just don't know. Anyone who's saying Frank out, what is it that these players can do that apparently I've not seen? What is it that we're seeing in Tell and Odeber and Mawani and Gray and Bergvall? What is it that some of you see in these players to say that we should be playing really well? I just think they're awful. I think they are awful players. We're at the stage, we're having to bring on Bergvall. We're having to bring on Scarlett, Spent. We've got nothing else. You haven't missed any football, by the way. Nothing's happening at the moment. So somebody's saying Frank is supposed to be adaptable. With what? What player? With what? I'm not even going to give that super chat the credit it deserves. With what? What? What's he? I don't know what. Look at these idiots now coming out. With what? What players? What? What players? I genuinely don't get it. We've had loads of chances, can't score. The forwards are crap. I genuinely don't get. They are awful. No, what are you doing here? They are awful. Listen, half of me hopes he gets sacked so everyone can see under the next manager how bad it is. Bergvall does nothing for me. Bergvall does. I don't know. I don't. Every game he comes on or he starts, I don't know what anyone's seeing in him. Of the players on this pitch right now, I would keep Van de Ven and Romero. Hang on, get that clear, Romero. Get it clear, Porro. I don't know if I'd keep more than two of them. I genuinely, I wouldn't keep the keeper. I wouldn't keep the fullbacks. I wouldn't keep the centre mids. I wouldn't keep any of these forwards. From this 11 on the pitch right now, I would keep two of them. I would keep two of them. Here's Sunderland down on the left-hand side. Ball across. It's gone over everyone. Bergvall's miscontrolled it, but then Spence can come away with it. Bergvall is terrible, by the way. But Bergvall, I don't know what this guy is. Again, people can't understand. Look at the state of these players. At any point, are the players going to be blamed? Look at them. Look at them. Sack him all you want. Nothing's going to change. Right, Mawani, what you got? Show us something. Here's Mawani. Gives it to Porro. Porro into Paulinho. And it's a goal. He's given a goal kick. Isn't that a corner? How's that not a corner? But again, the facts and the data show that they're not better than this. They've lost 43 games of the last 84. So no, they're not better than this. Which players, Scott Spur, who out of Tell, Odeberg, Gray, Mawani, Bergvall, where is this better than we're seeing coming from? All day long, I'd take Granit Xhaka. Yes. All day long. I just don't understand. When these people like Scott Spur pretend they're better than what we're showing, when? When were they better than what we're showing? There's the ball into Spence. Can't get past his man. It's a throw in. We've got 5 minutes left. Absolutely, Anton. Absolutely. Which is what I've been saying for how long? This whole team needs replacing. It is a mess. Bergfowl, get out. Oh, he is crap as well. Look, Bergfowl is awful. Sorry, what? Can't even take a throw on now. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Bergvall, do the simple thing here. Don't give it away. Much better. Right, here's Porro. Spurs have got 4 minutes to rescue this. Porro whips the cross in, blocked by the defender. Only as far as Paulinho shoots, blocked. Now he's Romain Mundle and Sunderland trying to go down the other end. But Bentancur mops up again. I genuinely don't rate so many of these players. Three minutes to go. Let's see. Bentancur heads the ball clear. Here's Bergvall, gives it to Paulinho. Paulinho plays it down the line, but that's easily taken up by Alderete, who's had a very good second half. We've just got nothing on this pitch, have we? This look at the state of dickheads like this. I'm so sorry. Look at the state of dickheads like this. You hyped their scouts, not this bum manager. Do you know what this manager did for that club for 9 years? How disrespectful is that? Idiots, just idiots. So look at this fucking idiot. You hyped up their scouting. Look at the job he done over 9 years there. Have some respect. What is wrong with you? Oh, headed wide by Paulinho. Another chance. Look at the state of this muppet here in the chat. What a muppet. Tell me you don't know football without telling me you don't know football. He done a spectacular job at Brentford. I just don't. I don't expect anything different with any manager unless we buy better players. I just don't expect it. Who on this pitch right now do you think is going to grab you a goal? Who do you think is going to grab him a goal? This is one of the worst squads I've seen at Tottenham. Yes, I did expect to beat Sunderland, and I expect the players to score with the chances they've had. This is mad. No, it didn't. Did it though? Son, Solanke, Kulu, Maddison all played throughout the Europa League run. So no, it didn't. No. I think this is honestly the worst squad I've seen for decades. One all. Tottenham won, Sunderland won. And again, we said it, didn't we? If we keep missing chances, we are going to rue the game. If we keep missing chances, we are going to rue the game. And we did. Chance after chance. chance. Chris, it could well be. I genuinely think that these players are shite. I genuinely, right? I genuinely don't know where we go from here as a club. I don't know. Who are you bringing in and these players suddenly play well? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know what we do as a club. I don't know. I just, I'm not on a hill for this. Again, people like this, not you, sorry. People like this don't get it. I'm not on a hill. Sack the manager all you want. People like you never listen to what I say. Who's coming in and doing anything with Tell, Odeber, Mawani, Ritchie, Bergval, Gray, Saar? Which manager is going to get this lot playing? We finished 17th last year. We're currently sitting 13th this year. Which manager is going to get these players playing? How many managers do you think we're going to have to go through before we actually realize the players aren't good enough? I genuinely don't know which manager is going to fix this with these players. Sack him. Who are we getting in? Who are we getting in? But I'll ask you this. Imagine that team there had Kane, Kulu and Solanke up front. The game would have been 3-0 at half time. We can't finish. We cannot finish. I just don't know. I don't know where we go from here. As I've said, I'll say this a million times. Right? I'll say this a million times. Sack whoever you want. What's going to change? I've said it. Sack him. Fine. I won't care who you're bringing in. What's going to change? I just don't know, and nobody can give me an answer. This is the thing. I would love to see a Xavi Hernandez come to Tottenham, but what's going to change? Which one of those midfielders are going to be able to play his way? When are we going to question scouting? When are we going to question that we've bought in Tell, Odeber, Richarlison, Mawani, all useless. All of them useless. All of them. I'm so bored of hearing Tell, Odeber, Gray, Bergval, Saar, Porro, Vicaria. These are not good footballers. These are not good footballers. So fine, sack the manager. I can say it again, over and over again. Sack him. That's fine. What's the new manager going to do with these forwards? What's he going to do with these forwards? This manager didn't build this squad. This squad has been built over 5-6 years and it's shit. But it's better. Is it? Based on what? Based on what? To sack him? Fine. What's the answer? And what happens when the next manager comes in and these same players are exactly the same? What do we do then? What do we do then? I genuinely don't know. This isn't about Frank. Bigger than Frank. This is so much bigger than Frank. So, Aaron, it's not my fault you haven't got a brain to work out what I'm saying then. I'm not defending him tooth and nail, Aaron. I've said you can sack him, but what's it going to do? Some of us said in the summer, this squad ain't good enough. Some of us said this squad has nothing's been done well with this squad. And everyone else got all top four, really good. And then you get idiots like this, get Southgate. If Spurs do not deal with the root cause of these problems, nothing's ever going to change. We need to deal with the root cause. If you sack Frank, fine, but sack Paratici, sack Lang, sack half this squad. Right? People struggle with critical analysis. Right? These players for years have shown they are not good enough. For years. How many chances in that first half? Tell getting in the box. Odegaard getting in the box. Richie and Mawani getting in the box. Second half, ball comes over to Mawani. Just take a touch and score. Nope, ball goes over him. Tell can play Richie straight through. No, can't pass it through 5 yards. Like, the new manager will get a new manager bounce and we'll be right back to this. We will be right back to this. So, as I've said before, I don't care who the manager is of this football club. I don't care. But if you do not buy better players, we're going to be sitting here again in a year's time. I don't understand how childish people like Aaron J can't understand what I'm saying. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I would have thought we'd come into this transfer window with a plan. No. Again, where are the signings? I look at Vicario can go, Porro can go, Davis, Spence can go, Bentancur, Gray, Bergvall, Sarr, Tell, Odegaard, Richie, Mawani, Solanke. I just don't know where the quality is that people are seeing. But the problem is our squad has gone down to that level. This is the thing. When people like this say these things, we don't have a good squad anymore. We don't have a good squad anymore. At all. Sack him. Fine. I'll wake up. Do you know what? If you sack him, I make more money on YouTube. Sack him. Go for it. Again, still, people want to talk about Ange. Finished 17th last year. Yes. And they've both gone. And we're not replaced. We've not replaced. Again, why can't these dickheads stop talking about Ange? He finished 17th. He had to go. The same way if Frank finishes 17th, he'll have to go. I just genuinely don't get people. How many games and seasons are we going to have to go before everyone, after every game we don't win, mentions Ange Postecoglou? How many? I don't see the quality. I don't see it at all. I just don't. They're not good enough. But again, if you say anything about Bergvall or about Gray or about Tell or about Odegaard or Mawani or Richie or Porro or Vicario, Not allowed to say anything about these players. Look at the state of Moani today. Look at the state of Moani. What on earth? I mean, what? Where do we go from? Like, where do we go from here as a football club? Where do we go from here, guys? I genuinely don't know. Forget all the Frank Ange talk. Where do we go from here? Absolutely, Kane's goals made the squad look better than it was. Just can't. I'm sorry. The same people that want Frank out are the same people saying Liverpool have nicked a winner in the last minute against Fulham. The same people saying they want Frank out are the ones protecting the Tells and the Greys and the Bergvals and the Odebers and the Vicarios and the Poros. It's like, what do you do? Where do we go from here? What's the actual answer? I mean, we've conceded 1 goal in 3 games. We've conceded 1 goal in 3 games. The defence isn't the problem. If anyone can't see the problem is in midfield and up front, I genuinely don't know what to say. The defence is not the problem. I don't know. I don't know where we go. I don't know what we do. I don't know. Like, I'm so bored of the argument. Like, so bored of the argument. We've not bought well. We don't buy quality. Everyone keeps pretending these players are better than they are, even though their results for 3 years have shown they're not. I just don't get it. I'm almost looking forward to it. Sack him. All right, sack him. I tell you what, there you go. Sack Frank. Let's see what a new manager does. I'm almost intrigued to see it. And this mess is beyond a manager right now. We need footballers. We need footballers, and quick. We're not going down, are we? Come on, people. We're not going down. Let's not be silly here. We're on course at the moment, right, for 54 points this season, right? We are 13 points above relegation. Let's not do this silly we're going to go down thing. But I just don't know. What does suit these? I hear this all the time. 4-3-1-2 doesn't. 4-3-3 doesn't. Why can't we admit these players aren't good? I don't know. Oh my God, Fulham have equalised. What a goal! Wow. Wow. Is that Harry Reid? Is it Harry? What a goal. Boom. Get there. Look. Again, needs to play 2 up top. Based off what? It's where we're weakest. The forwards are crap. Look, I don't know. If he goes, he goes. I look forward to nothing changing with a new manager. Sure. But surely you could only judge if Frank is out of his depth if he actually has players that aren't poor, right? Greeley, way deeper. A lot of our fan base can't see it. A lot of our fan base can't see it. Whether you like Frank or not, this mess goes deep, really deep. And this is going to take years, absolutely. Look, I did. I said these players weren't good enough in the window, and everyone told me it was a really good squad. But everyone was saying they wanted Gray to come off for Paulinho. So I don't know. Great goal, by the way. That was a great goal. Look, I genuinely don't know, guys. Look, I'm at the stage where I just don't care anymore, right? But today wasn't because we were too pragmatic, Jordan, was it? Today was because we didn't finish our dinner when we got the chances. Surely everyone can see that. Surely everyone can see that. Looking more and more impressive. Look at what we had to do to win that. Agreed. Look, I don't know. I just don't care. I just don't care. Sack him. Don't sack him. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's funny because when people talk about systems, right, you can tell they don't understand coaching. The system won't change the quality of the players. And this I agree with. Where is it? Where are the signings? I don't know. We got no composure in the final third. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. I don't know. I don't know who we go for that suddenly we think these players are going to be good enough. I just don't know. That's where I'm at. Sack him, don't sack him. I don't care. I just don't care. Yeah, see, today I didn't think we were defensive. Today, I think the problem is how many times do we get in that box and don't have a clue what to do? Yeah, but Jordan, I just think I just got to the stage where it's like I'm so bored of every single show. It's just Frank. It's like, cool, okay, that's fine, but I don't care. Sack him, don't sack him. And I've said to you, right, until anything changes, nothing's going to change. And they had a chance to change in the summer. They didn't. They had a chance to change in the summer. They didn't. We had a chance, didn't we? To really go and attack a transfer market. Didn't bother. Didn't bother at all, did we? Mate, of course. Look, Mark, I'm gonna listen. I'll call it. I think this. What I don't think he'll be sacked, but I'll call it. If he is sacked, right? I bet you what happens is the first 3 or 4 games after he's sacked, we pick up lots of points. Then we will slowly but surely sink back into making all the same mistakes, not being able to pass a ball, right? And the results will be the same. And then people will go, oh, we need time. Well, yeah. And this is the problem. This is the problem. I mean, look, we're having to bring on Scarlett and Bergval. This is where our squad's got to. I completely agree. Completely agree. Completely agree. Look, I just don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. Nothing's. Yeah, but Brentford didn't lose everything, did they? The majority of their team, they buy ready for the system that they've got. They've got a plan in place. This is the point. I don't know how people can't see this. They have a plan. Teams like Brighton and Brentford have a plan. We don't have a plan. I just don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Look, guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there. I don't know. I'm going to go and eat. Big up to Karate. Said, Happy New Year's, mate. Not surprised from the team that finished 17th. I'll give Frank time. This team's been crap. I don't even bother watching this crap. look, Karate, for me, as I said, all I want to see is something built. And transfer windows are the time to do that. And at the moment, I'm not seeing Spurs act. Only been 4 days, but we've got to act quickly. We've got to act quickly. But again, look, see, again, this is the problem with people like Aaron. They don't understand that that culture, that squad was built by Thomas Frank. They just have to top up every year. I don't know how people don't get that. They're having a good run, yes. They're having a good run, but listen, I don't know. I almost want to see him sacked so we can see it. And then if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I almost want to see him sacked. 18 games. Let's see what the new manager does. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the funny thing is I can hear the conversation about Frank. Fine. But it's so funny how none of the conversation from so many of these Frank out people is ever about how bad these players are. Guys, girls, much love. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.